We're live.
We are live. What is up? Welcome back, bro. It is Hot Take Tuesday with Nando
Mm,
talking Nicky Smokes, man. How you doing today, man?
doing good. Doing good. Can't complain. Life's good. The Fins are still good, despite what everyone's saying. I'm not complaining, bro. I'm really not.
Hey, man. 8-4. You'd think we're 4-8 by how some people are
Crazy.
complaining, bro. But I think we're alive and fine right now. Still very much in the playoffs. Very much in control of our own destiny, and that's all I need after 12 weeks, man.
I just don't understand everyone freaking out. What are you freaking out about? We're 8-4. We're almost a 6-point underdog on the road against the best defense in the NFL. Look, I know we're Dolphin fans, and every Sunday we wake up and really believe that we're going to win, and we should. You shouldn't wake up and think we're going to lose, but you're not going to win every game. There's only one team in NFL history that has won every game, and that is the 72 Dolphins. That's it. So, yes, you're going to lose games here and there. That's part of the NFL season. The Niners have the best defense in the NFL. We played our absolute worst game of the year. There's no way we could play a game worse than that. Outside of the Jets game where we didn't have Teron Armstead or Xavier Howard or Tua or Teddy. We didn't even have any of those guys. And this was our worst game by far. And I am a lunatic. I'm a psycho when it comes to the Dolphins. And I have never been this calm and composed after a loss. I have the utmost confidence in this football team to bounce back on Sunday night. And then that test against Buffalo is going to tell us a lot. Now, if we go out there and we repeat this performance 2 weeks in a row, then yes, we have a problem. But we don't. That is the first time that Tua has lost a game all year where he started and finished, played his worst game since the Tennessee game, and still, with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, a 4th and 2 away from probably taking the lead because we were moving the ball on them at will in the fourth quarter. So was it a bad game? Yes. It was a bad game, of course. But aren't you glad you got that out week 13? Aren't you glad you saw a defense like that before the playoffs? I mean, come on. Like, just relax a little bit. We're not 1-7. We're 8-4. And if we win the next 2 games, guess what? We're back in first place in the AFC East. So just relax. We're fine.
Simmer. I agree, bro. A lot of people seem to. I had it pegged as a win like in the moment, but obviously during the preseason, I did not have this as a win for us. This is
exactly
a tough game.
Same here.
And
I think last time we were on the show, I said, dude, like if we split 1-1 in Cali, that's the goal. I mean, obviously the goal is to sweep. That's everyone's goal. But realistically, we said we're probably going to win 1 game and lose 1 game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Now they've been out there for a week going up against a Chargers team who doesn't have the linebackers that San Fran does. That is the best linebacking core I've ever seen, at least in the last 4 to 5 years. They are a unit. But, dude, you beat LA. You're right back on track. You're right back on track, man. So there's no need to sit here and panic.
You consider LA part of like the test? Like I definitely do. It's a primetime game. Like we're playing Justin Herbert. Some people are saying like, yeah, we have to beat them. But they're like, oh, it's the Chargers defense. Like it's nothing. It's just another easy defense for us to face. Like it's still decent, but
I mean, it's a huge game. It's got huge playoff implications. It's an AFC opponent. If you don't win this game, and if you go out there and you look like shit, I could say that because Stephen D's not here today.
There we go.
You have a problem. Because if you ain't beating LA, how the hell are you going to fly to Buffalo in a short week and win on Saturday night? So if we lose this week, we have a problem. And I will tell you guys that right now. But I have no problem whatsoever. Did I want to win the game last week? Of course. Of course, we all did. Well, when the schedule came out, I didn't have us winning this game. Hell, I didn't have us winning this game till I talked myself into the Dolphins on Friday on my show on Fired Up Friday. I mean, dude, we're good. Like I'm telling, like we're fine. I'm really not worried.
Agreed, man. Like a lot of people are acting like we're the Titanic. We were smooth sailing, and this is the iceberg, bro. Like, oh, it's over. Done. Ships is gonna sink now. Like, no, bro. Like, I get it. Maybe we didn't face the craziest opponents, and hey, we played the number one defense in football, and they bullied us, bro. Like Tua didn't have a good game. We didn't play a good game. It was our worst game of the season.
Oh, and my headphones popped out.
You're good, boss. You're good. You're good. Hearing good? Dun 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 dun.
Hello? I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
It was our worst game of the season, right, bro. And like, a lot of people were acting like it's over, and it was the worst game of the season, worst time to do it against the number one defense in football. And Tua had a bad game. We had a bad game. And until the fourth quarter, we were still down by 6. Like, it was crazy. Like,
yep.
I'm not too worried. Now, obviously, we play like this against the Chargers, and we play against like this the Bills, and we go 0-3 over this road stretch, and Tua plays like this, then yeah, sound all the alarms you want. But until then, I don't know. We're 8-4. Like, how can I sit here and be miserable? Like, I'm strangely calm after a loss, and I'm not used to that at all, honestly.
Even say we win this week, lose to Buffalo next week, and then we win out. We're 12-5. And if I told you before the season started the Dolphins would be 12-5, what would you tell me?
Dude, how long have I been in the coma for? Like what happened? Like what have I been dreaming? What did I miss? It'd be crazy if I could guarantee 12-5.
Find me the last time the Dolphins have won 12 games in a season.
Tell me the last time we won double-digit games in a season. You know what I'm saying? Like double digits, making the playoffs in that scenario.
Well, actually, we won 10 games with Flores in 2020.
Oh, true.
And still didn't make the playoffs, by the way.
So 12 games.
If the Dolphins win 12 games and make the playoffs with the schedule that we had, mind you, what the first 4 games of the season were: Patriots, Ravens, Buffalo, Cincinnati, and then these 4 games: the Niners, the Chargers, the Bills, the Packers. And now it's a 6-game stretch because the Jets and Patriots aren't that bad. So you tell me we win 12 games this year with that schedule and almost beat the Vikings with freaking Skylar Thompson for a drive, and then Teddy Bridgewater came in and didn't practice all week. I mean, this team is a good football team. This is a good football. This is not the same Dolphins team. And I see a lot of people, well, Tua's never stepping up in the big games, blah, 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 blah. Look, Tua looked like shit against Tennessee last year. That's the game that made me honestly have serious doubts about him, because I agree. I said, your quarterback has to step up in the biggest games. But if you believe that this is the same Tua from last year, I'm sorry, but he's not. And I'm not the biggest. I wasn't the biggest Tua stan coming into this year. I was very skeptical. I was one of those people who were like, yo, we might have to move off him this year. But what he's done this year has been unbelievable. That was the first game that we've lost with him all year long.
Yeah.
Did he play like shit?
Yes. He played bad, bro.
But how is he going to bounce back is what I want to know. You lose week 13. What are you going to do week 14? What are you going to do week 15 in Buffalo? What are you going to do on Christmas against the Packers? How are you going to respond to getting knocked down on your ass? Because that's going to happen. Josh Allen lost to the Zach Wilson and New York Jets, had his worst game of the year. Followed it up next week. They choked the game away to the Vikings. Is Josh Allen a shitty quarterback now? Are we going to say Josh Allen's not a good quarterback anymore?
Yeah, Josh done a little bit more to prove it.
Tua was a top 2 candidate for the MVP. And people are acting like this is Tua from last year that had 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 9 fumbles. It's not the same player.
No,
now, if he doesn't show up the next 2 weeks, but like you said, Nando, you could sound the alarms, open up the floodgates, and let it in, because then it makes sense to me. But you're going to tell me one bad game against the number 1 defense in the league without your best left tackle, he has his worst game ever. And mind you, I don't even want to put that left tackle in, because I thought the offensive line played good enough to win the game. I thought the defense played good enough to win the game. I want to make it very clear. Tua lost us the game. He was the majority reason why we lost the game. That and McDaniel not running the freaking football on 3rd and short and 4-down territory blows my mind. Did it in the first quarter, did it in the fourth quarter. But he's the majority of the reason why we lost that game. But he's also the majority of the reason why we've won 8 of those games that he started in.
Thank you.
Give him his props. He's been unbelievable. If it happens the next 2 games, if he shits the bed 3 straight, by all means, like you said, Nando, sound the alarms. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to have a great game against the Chargers, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people in Buffalo.
Me too, man. I think the Chargers game is a game. It's a game in the preseason I had pegged as a win, especially now coming out this Niners loss. Now that everybody wants to, take advantage of the Dolphins when they're down a little bit, when Tua had a bit of a down week. The team's going to rally around him again. They're going to rally around Tua. They're going to at least rally amongst themselves and say, we're not losing 2 in a row. Not on Sunday Night Football. Not against this Chargers team that we're constantly compared against. Not against a Chargers team that has 6-1 against teams under 500, bro. We are good. We lost to the 49ers, yeah. The Chargers just lost to the Raiders. Like, I'm not afraid of them. Like, I'm not afraid of this situation. Oh. Obviously, if Tua does 2 shitty games in a row, we're kind of fucked. But
yes,
as of now, you're right. Like, we are here because of what Tua has done. Top 2 MVP candidate. He's earned it to at least give a little bit of time before you completely jump ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Smokes. Like, I think it's wild that we went from 5 straight wins. We're all fine. MVP talk.
1 loss. And look, that score does not reflect how the game was.
It was 6 points in the fourth quarter, man.
It was a 6-point game with 4 minutes to go. 4th and 2. We drove the ball right down the field, and we're a freaking catch away from taking the lead. And I'm not even saying that would have guaranteed us the win, but could you imagine Tua played like absolute dog shit for 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter almost brings us back. Literally a fucking Mike Gesicki catch away. By the way, I will hold Tua accountable. Should have threw a better ball. Could have got it out earlier. I don't like going to Mike Gesicki on the most important play of the game, but that's a conversation that we could get into later. But still, he played terrible for 3 freaking quarters. Threw 2 picks in the 3rd quarter. Back-to-back drives. Still had a chance to win the game in the 4th quarter. It was a terrible game, and we stayed in the game against the number 1 defense in the NFL on their home turf. I get it. We want to win every single game. Would everyone be more calm if the final score would have just been 23-20? Or what was it, 23-17? Would everyone have a breath of fresh air that, we only lost by 7 and we didn't have Armstead? Or are you looking at the garbage time bullshit 33-17?
I mean, yeah, I would still be sad. Loss is a loss. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, bro. Like, if that's affecting people that much, though, like, a little bit extra garbage time scoring. Sorry, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I get it for the national media. You got steamrolled by the Niners. No, we didn't.
But if you watch that game, you could see that we were right there. Like, despite, like, you know when, like, you're mad and you're laughing? I was literally angrily laughing with my dad and be like,
right,
Tua sucks right now. It's a 1-score game.
I know.
What's going on right now?
We killed ourselves that game. We did.
We terrible. Lost the game. Like, we sucked. And
I mean, no, they were great. The Niners were great too. Like, shout out Brock Purdy. That kid freaking balled. Dude, that kid made some big time throws. He balled.
Phillips was getting up in his face, man, and he was still unleashing, bro. Brock Purdy, dude, Mr. Irrelevant. First touchdown pass by a Mr. Irrelevant, bro. Crazy.
Really? I didn't know that stat.
I don't think they're usually quarterbacks is the thing. You know what I'm saying? They're usually like tight ends, like little receivers, special teams guys. So, and then they don't really get a start. Maybe at least by a rookie, Mr. Irrelevant, but for sure a wild stat.
He balled. Shout out Brock Purdy.
And now he's a QB.
We tried to bully him, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, man. When I saw him go in, that was definitely you don't laugh for injuries, but it was definitely a happy laugh. I was like, oh, look at this, man. Like,
that's probably why a lot of people are enraged. But my thing to that is,
do you blame the defense?
When you play the Niners, you're not thinking to yourself, oh, damn, man, we're playing Jimmy Garoppolo. This guy's gonna sit here and just carve us up. How big of the drop was it from Jimmy G to Brock Purdy? Look, I know Jimmy's got a great record, but I almost thought I was watching the same quarterback play. Like, it's not like they're going from Josh Allen to Brock Purdy. Jimmy G's a top 20, top 25 guy in the league. I'm sure he's obviously better than him, but are we going to act like it's from Josh Allen to, it's not like, I wouldn't say the drop off was that insane. Like, their defense is their backbone. It's not like Jimmy G is the forefront of their offense. Their offense is based around having Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel. Their offense isn't, we have Jimmy G. Like, the Niners' backbone, their identity isn't Jimmy G's our franchise guy. That's why they drafted a quarterback in the first round. Their backbone is their defense. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, honestly, what I saw from Brock Purdy was, you're right. Like, it's the backbone's their defense. Their identity is their weapons on offense, whether it's the offensive line, Trent Williams, whether they got this crazy mismatch with Deebo and McCaffrey. But Brock Purdy was a kid who looked ready for the moment, bro. That was a guy who did his homework every day. He knew the playbook. And when he got thrusted into starting action, he knew what the fuck he was doing. Like, he made big throws in the face of pressure. And it sucks, bro. Like, I definitely thought, 7th round rookie going out there, Mr. Irrelevant. We're about to have a field day. And we didn't. We didn't lock it up. But that's not exactly like why we lost. But credit to Brock Purdy still for doing what he had to do.
Bald.
Might pick him up in my dynasty league, man. Well, let's see what that. Make a little nickname for him, bro. Mr. Irrelevant. We're good to rock, bro. Just
got a lot of good wordplay with his last name.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's too Purdy to not make that move, man. Too Purdy of a move, man.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think, I don't know. Is there like anything you would even want to dissect more about the Niners? Because like he can just keep saying that it was a great defensive performance, but like at the end of the day, like the Niners to the Chargers, it's not even comparable. Their defense, like Fred Warner to Drew Tranquil, like we're talking about like Fred Warner, who's having an insane linebacker, like might be a Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner type talent right now, versus Drew Tranquil, who's having the best season of his career, and it's going to barely crack 100 tackles, I think. Like, it's not the same. Is there a Niners angle you still want to tackle, I guess? Or
maybe just my closing remark, I guess, in regards to all the Tua slander going on. I believe he was second in completion percentage coming into this game. Like, Tua's best attribute is being accurate. He's been accurate all year long, except for this game. Now, if Tua was out here every single week, missing throws high, this and that, we'd have a problem. It was an anomaly. This doesn't happen every week. I don't think it's really ever happened this year with Tua. His accuracy is his best attribute. He was just off. Steph Curry's had nights where he's gone 2 for 15 from downtown. Are you going to say he's a bad three-point shooter? No. A bad game. Shake it off. It came at a bad time. Let's just see what he's got next week, because I think he's going to bounce back. That's all.
Yeah, man. I think all we can do is wait for a bounce back. Like, we could sit here and try to make excuses, try to figure it out, but like sometimes you lose and there's just no underlying reason. I just saw that comment. Yeah. Like, sometimes you lose and there's just no underlying reason, bro. I agree. As long as we have a bounce back against the Chargers and the Bills, like, we won't forget about this loss. It'll still sting, but it'll sting a whole lot less.
Yep.
And I think that bounce back is coming, man. Like, you're right. Tua's best thing is accuracy.
I mean, it has to come.
It has
like, if you play like shit the next 3 weeks, you deserve the criticism. Straight up.
Yeah, I've seen people.
If you don't ball these next 3 weeks, then maybe there is a big game problem.
I was going to say about that before we dive into the Chargers game. I've seen people lump in the Packers into this part of this test because it's a 1 p.m. a Christmas game, like not prime time.
3 straight primetime games.
Yeah. You say primetime on Twitter for the Christmas game, like it's not a primetime game. It's technically a nationally televised standalone game.
Whatever. It's a fucking primetime game.
Yeah.
You're the only one playing at that time. You were the prime time of 1 o'clock.
Exactly. On the same boat. I've got to save my character count on Twitter, bro. I'm not going to write all that. I'm going to say prime time. Boom.
Yep.
But all right, so on agreement there. I think it's like a test because it's the Packers on Christmas, but besides that, it's like a test in name only. Like, we should
beat the living piss out of them. That team sucks.
Yeah, man. Like, that's why I like to include the 3-game road stretch as its own thing, because we should beat the crap out of the Packers on, like,
yes,
I feel bad for their families on Christmas Day, bro. They got to watch their fathers just get absolutely demolished, bro. The Dolphins kids will have a nice little Christmas treat though, but a little closer, Smokes.
I can't wait.
Sunday Night Football against the Chargers. Tua versus Herbert. All these storylines. Tua is 1-0 against the Chargers, and Justin Herbert so far in his career.
We beat him so bad he cut his hair last time. Remember that? We made him look like the kid from Toy Story.
Like, whoa, Justin Herbert was so good looking. What happened? Yeah, we made him look like Sid from Toy Story, bro. He had. You want to talk about Tua talking in the mirror, bro? Can you imagine Justin Herbert's mirror talk after that game? Just lopping off locks. He was like, I'm so bad at football, man. And he's just chopping it all off. And hey, it worked for him, though. I guess he hyped himself up, but he went full Sid mode. He probably bought himself a little rocket, started strapping up his little Dolphins toys. He was like, this is the worst.
He got bullied.
He got bullied, bro. Do you think we do some bullying again? Do you think it's a competitive game? Their defense sucks, but Herbert is a good quarterback. I'm gonna make jokes throughout this entire
next couple
minutes, but
great quarterback. But he's a great quarterback, but he's also a great loser. Because I bet on the Raiders last week, and they were down 7. I'm like, I already won. Like, fourth quarter, Herbert, he's not good. Like, he's not a good quarterback in the fourth quarter. He's not. If you get a lead on them, you win the game. I'm not worried. He's a great quarterback. You just can't win. You can't win.
Can't win.
End of story. It is what it is. He's got the throws. He's got the cannon. He's got the legs. Great quarterback. A lot of fun to watch. Also, a lot of fun to bet against, especially in the second half. They were up 10-0. Lost the game. Almost by 14.
Very different.
If they didn't get like a 4th and 10, 50-yard completion that they pulled out of their ass to Keenan Allen in the end zone.
Oh, I love Keenan. I hate that they discredit him so much, bro. So many Chargers fans will tell you that Keenan Allen's barely a wide receiver, too, that he's old and lost. And it's like, come on, bro. Keenan Allen's a stud. Nice little crisp routes. I think we're going to kill them, though.
Like, we should really kill that team.
I hope so, bro.
They stink.
They bad.
Freaking stink.
6-1. They're 6-6. They're 6-1 against teams under 500.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, bro. Like, you're right. They lost to the Raiders. Like, if I was like, and they're not getting any flack for it. Like, again, we're being very critical of ourselves for being the 49ers, and I like that we're holding ourselves to a nice little standard. But the Chargers just lost to the Raiders. I would freak out if the Dolphins lost to the Raiders right now.
Right. Again, this is a winnable game. It's a must-win game, and it's a game I expect to win confidently. Like, I confidently expect the Miami Dolphins to win this football game. Like, last week, even if we won, like my score prediction, I had us winning by maybe 2 to 3 points.
Yeah, I had 23-20.
My co-host had them winning by 1 point. It's not like we were going into this game. It's like, oh, man, we're playing the Niners. We should whip their ass. No, like that. If you thought that, God bless you, brother. Because I did not think that going into that game. I said, if we win this game, it's going to be by a point or by a game-winning Jason Sanders field goal. This is a game we should dominate. There is a difference. Now, losing this game would have me concerned. Very concerned. Do I think we're going to lose this game? No, I really don't. Because I think our pass rush is great. I think Kader Kohou's been playing great. Xavier Howard playing better.
He got his interception.
He's getting washed. I think he's on his way out.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
He got his pick, and I was like, I thought he was like, oh, it's going to be an X game, and then he got cooked like a couple plays afterwards. I was like, jeez.
Teron will be back. The O-line will be back.
You think Teron will be back?
Yeah. McDaniel said he was close to playing on Sunday.
I've seen people.
He's close to playing on Sunday.
That was gonna be one of my questions. I've seen people say they want to like hold him out to the Bills game.
He has to play. No, he has to play.
Can't go against two Boses 2 weeks in a row, man. I can't.
Has to play.
Thank you. All right, yeah. If he's healthy, like if he's good, we're good.
He's got to be there. Period. End of story.
Let him
not have him.
Let him go to a little Cali dispensary before the game, bro. Go on the Ricky Williams vibes, and then
take a shot in that pec and get the fuck out there.
Just lock in.
We need you, like straight up. We need you,
bro. Like it's 2 Boses in 2 consecutive weeks. is not something I want to deal with, bro. Brutal. And Joey's better than Nick. Like, that's the scary part.
I don't know. I think Nick's better than him.
I think Nick is more athletic, but Joey's just so clean, man. Like, his technique's just disgusting.
Just a unit.
He's a monster, bro. But they're
we'll
still
be all right.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, that's their scariest weapon. Like, that was just Bosa is just a piece for the 49ers. Bosa for the Chargers is the guy. It's Bosa and Derwin James. Like, that's it. That's all we got to really fear. So you think we got to demolish them, right?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins should win by at least a touchdown. Like, I know the point spread is 3, but I think they should win by at least a touchdown. 7 to 10 points, I think, on the road is a nice, convincing win. You know, like, I could see the Dolphins being up 14 in the fourth quarter, and then, like, the Chargers come down with 2-3 minutes left and get a garbage time touchdown, and then we only win by 7. Like, I see the Dolphins controlling this game from start to finish, is what I mean. Like, the scoreboard might reflect something different at the end. You know, like I said, you could be up 14 and they score with, you know, dumb shit like that. But I really think the Dolphins are going to control this game. And they will, because I truly believe in this team. I believe this team is different. I believe in the leadership of this team. It's something I've never felt before. I believe in the talent on this team. We've never had a top 5 left tackle. We've never had an offensive player of the year in Tyreek Hill. We've never had a quarterback play at this level. We've never had a head coach that schemes people open. People were wide open. Tua's just not hitting them. And that's not what Tua does. Tua hits them. That's what he does.
It was an anomaly, man.
JP and Bradley Chubb, Christian and Zach Sealer playing their freaking ass off. What I saw from those two last week was unbelievable.
Look at that.
Christian Wilkins had one of the best games I've ever seen from a defensive tackle. This team is good. This is not a bad football team. This is a good football team. And they are going to bounce back because that is what they do. We're going to bounce back.
Yeah, man. Like, it's not. I love that you said the leadership, the talent, bro. Because it's not like the teams of old. It's not like, oh snap, here we go. We got here because we were held by glue and duct tape with practice squad players, with Isaiah Ford running around there, with random guys getting pressure now and again, and lucky picks and turnovers. No, bro. Right, we got a top 5 offensive line, like in Toronto Armstead. We've got offensive player of the year front runner Tyreek Hill, bro. We've still got Mike McDaniel. Like, it's not like we've got Joe Philbin out there and he's getting exposed. Like, we've still got all these crazy pieces. We're talented on the field. We're talented when it comes to coaching staff. We're fine. Like, it's not this, again, that's all predicated on us putting a little bit of a hurting on the Chargers. But I think we should be able to do it, man. Now, is there
my bad. No, I see these comments. You're like, we've never had a quarterback play at this. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about Dan Marino, bro. I was born the year he was retired. So outside of Dan Marino, we haven't had a quarterback play this good since what? Chad Pennington? So relax. I didn't mean to push your buttons. But when I say we haven't had a quarterback play like this, I'm talking relative. Like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
What have you done to be late? Not back in 1985 and 86 when we had Dan Marino. No, I am talking about relative. We haven't had a quarterback play this good in a long freaking time. So relax. Don't get upset that Tua is playing the best ball that we've seen from a quarterback in the last 10 years.
I expect a personal apology to Chad Pennington, to Dan Marino.
Shout out Chad Pennington. Shout out Dan Marino.
Fine. I won't have you write a written letter apology, and we'll take the shout outs.
I just had to address that.
Yeah, no, it's relative. Like 5-10 years. Like, what have you done for me lately? Like, that's how we compare the scope of the NFL. Like, we know Dan Marino's good. Like, he's
the best quarterback we've ever had. I mean, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's not even like it's not even what we're talking about. But I agree, man. Like, we need to bounce back. We need to win. And if the Dolphins can do it against the Chargers, if we can get back to that good quarterback play, the good, strong play from the team we've seen,
yep,
I'm all good. Is there a world where, like, we lose this game and you're still happy? Like, if we go blow for blow on offense, but the defense doesn't hold up, are you okay with that? or is there not a scenario, or this is a must win?
Dude, you can't lose this game. I'd rather see Tua throw 6 interceptions and the Dolphins win 13-10 than Tua throws 6 touchdowns and we lose 48-45.
Agreed. Fuck stats. I want to win.
Fucking win. I want to go to the playoffs and win. And you addressed everything else after. Win the freaking game. I could care less.
Figure out all the pretty stats afterwards. Winning comes first. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Ask Herbert.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Got the best stats in the world.
This is gonna be a fun week on Twitter, man. He's got the best stats in the world, bro. They're gonna be all talking. Well, my quarterback has this in yards and this and that and that and that. Doesn't win games, bro.
I mean, technically though, Tua's got great stats this year. I think he's got better stats than Herbert this year.
With a little wild. With a little few games behind, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I know. Crazy.
So
gotta pull it up right now. It's gonna be so toxic this week on Twitter.
How deep are you gonna dive into it? Like
I think I'm obligated.
I would say you're Nicky Smokes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I sometimes want to dive into find people. I'm the positive guy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a little weird when I do it. You're Nicky Smokes, bro.
Damn, Tua's no longer first in QBR. So flaw. Who's first? Mahomes got him by a point.
To a second.
That's what happens when your QBR is 19, though. Last week, that was a bad game. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, that's tough.
Where's Herbert? Herbert's all the way at the bottom. Bro, Tua's got 1 more touchdown and 2 less picks than Herbert, and he missed 3 games. Actually crying.
You'll love to see that. I mean, I'm terrible at math, bro, but I know Tua has like 6 less interceptions on only like 100 less throws than Josh Allen. And some Bills fans will be like, "Oh, you know, that'll add up to 5 interceptions, 6 interceptions." I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm bad at math, but I don't think you add those passing completions and he gets Justin Herbert's or Josh Allen's interceptions and turnovers. Like,
he's balling this year, bro. He's balling.
Oh,
I wasn't even a Tua stan going into this year. I didn't even think he'd be our quarterback this year. I didn't think he was good until this year. I wanted us to draft him. I always wanted us to draft Tua. But then after the first 2 years, I was like, oh my God, this guy stinks. And now this year, I'm like, bro, he looks like an MVP. I'm cool with changing my opinion based on what I see. 2020 was not a good year. 2021 was not a good year. He is playing good football. Period. And then what are you going to say if we win against the Chargers in Buffalo? Are you guys finally going to give him his flowers, or are you going to pick at something? Everyone's saying MVP against bums. Beat the Patriots, beat the Ravens, beat the Bills. What do you want him to do? What?
Undefeated Super Bowls, Smokes. Come on, man.
Like, come on.
They want to see 2 out at linebacker.
He's third in MVP voting right now. He was second before the 49ers game. The hell is wrong with you?
Like we've been saying, bro, if this happens 3 games in a row, sure. But every time Tua's had a good game, this has been like, oh, well, it's only 1 game. Well, it's only 2 games. Well, it's only 4 games. And now there's 1 bad game, and it's, you see, I told you. Tua's bad.
It's because, look,
they haven't been
able to say, I told you so all year. Myself included again. I did not think he was good going into this year. I didn't think he was good at all. I thought he sucked. I thought he was a bust. I don't think that anymore. I do not think that anymore. I think he is a good quarterback.
Of course. And good quarterbacks have bad games sometimes,
played 1 bad game this year.
Agreed.
Please relax. If he shits the bed against the Chargers, and if he looks like absolute dog shit against Buffalo, yes, you could say he's trash. I will give you that. But do not tell me that all of a sudden he just sucks ass this year because he had 1 bad game against the Niners. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, agree. Like it's You'll be the first one to tell me, man. If next Tuesday we went out there and we get literally crushed by I almost said smoked, but I don't want to use you as a pun, If we get crushed by the Chargers, yeah, smokes. You'll be the first one to sit here and tell me Tua's got to step it up or the Dolphins aren't good. You're the realist in the room right now, realist. Like I'm not a realist. I'm definitely a little bit of like rose-colored sunglasses
like
on
blinders.
Sometimes. Yeah, man. Like I like to look at
if I genuinely believe that the Dolphins were in trouble, I would tell you that. If I believe that Tua sucked, I will tell you that.
Yeah, man.
But based off what I've seen this year and what I saw late in that game, I do not think he sucks, and I do not think this team is in trouble. And you should not be panicking over one loss against the number one defense in the regular season, a game where you were a 6-point underdog. Relax.
In the words of Rodgers, RELAX. Relax.
Holy shit. It's crazy.
I was watching you and Bobby talk about it, man. Like I think we're gonna have to deal with this all week. We're gonna have to deal with the shitstorm that's gonna be the Dolphins Chargers Twitter. We're gonna have to deal with still the repercussions of Bills fans making fun of the 49ers loss, the Dolphins fans being hypercritical about this, and it's gonna suck. But a win against the Chargers, win heals all wounds, bro. We'll literally douse the fire.
Yep.
But it's gonna suck feeling a little bit of the heat this week, honestly. And we haven't felt that in 5-6 weeks, man. But isn't it crazy? You haven't felt that in 5-6 weeks? Like,
I know. Dude, the Dolphins haven't lost. That was the Dolphins' first loss in 2 months.
Oof, welcome back,
you
bro.
would think it was 2021 and we were 1-7.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get like people act like we've been this powerhouse, like we were the Patriots or something. The team's 8-4. Probably going to be 9-4 after this week. And if they win in Buffalo, they're probably going to win the AFC East.
If we win in Buffalo,
they're probably going to win the AFC East if they win in Buffalo. Wow. It's not the end of the world. If we lose these next 2 games, yes, it is the end of the world. But until that happens, which it's not going to happen, please relax. Just relax. Like Josh Allen has had bad games. Herbert's had bad games. Burrow's had bad games. Mahomes has had bad games. It happens. It freaking happens.
And
let's see how they respond. Judge a man not how he falls down, but how he gets up. If Tua lets this game get to him mentally, and he finds himself looking back in the mirror, doubting himself, then it's like, okay, we have a problem. But if he's getting up, looking himself in the mirror and saying, fuck that game, I'm bouncing back, I'm going to show everyone that I deserve to be up there in that top 5 discussion, we have our guy. You're going to have a bad game. How are you going to bounce back? That is what I am going to judge him off of.
Agreed. Love the
Yo, put that Doug Z comment up. Too many ifs.
Which one?
It says too many ifs.
Too many ifs.
Doug Z.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, how about facts?
Let's fire away.
Second in QBR, first in passer rating. Your Miami Dolphins are 8-4 with an 87% chance to make the playoffs. You have the offensive player in the year in Tyreek Hill. You have Teron Armstead. If you win, okay, so I'm not going to say if you win. I'm not going to say when you win. The Dolphins are already 8-4, 1 game behind the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East, and currently in a playoff spot. So what are you complaining about?
Amen, brother.
Facts.
Again,
those are all facts.
If we had said 12-5 at the end of the season, you would have signed a board for the season. If you would have named me all those stats. I
had us going 10-7, 11-6 at best.
Smokes, if you had traveled back in time with that note on your phone and you handed it to me before week 1 and said, before you walk into Hard Rock Stadium, this is what you're signing up for, 8-4, all this, number 2 in the AFCs, a game behind the Buffalo Bills, destiny in hand. Sign me
right where I want us,
up, bro.
Right where I want us.
Right where I want us. Like right where I've dreamed,
it.
bro.
I think people's problem with the win is not that we lost. I mean, with the loss, it's just because Tua didn't play well, and they're like, "Oh, the Tennessee game." I hear you. That's where I lost all faith in Tua last year. Was the Tennessee game? I was like, "Oh, fuck!" Like that was really bad. That was really bad. But I've seen a completely different player this year, and I no longer feel that way. Now, if he does it again, like I've said I think I've said this 13 times on this show. If he shits the bed again against the Chargers and against the Buffalo Bills, by all means, Artful and everyone else in here that's shitting on him, you were right. But I don't believe that's this. I don't think we have the same player that we've had the last 2 years. And I think he has earned the right to go out there and at least freaking prove himself over the next 2 weeks instead of just kicking him to the curb. I don't get it.
Yeah, like it's not the Tua of old. I agree that this is, if we had lost like this to the 49ers week 2 and we didn't see the season's body of work, we could have been like, oh yeah, there's nothing to base any hope that we're going to bounce back.
Right.
But we've seen us rattle off these wins. We've seen us execute. We've seen us play at a much higher level than when we performed on Sunday. It's not crazy to think that we're going to bounce back and win against the Chargers. That if we win against the Chargers, you take that energy. It's a short week to go to Buffalo. But you go to Buffalo, and if you can sweep the Bills, and like again, it's a lot of ifs, bro. But the reason why you say it is because, yeah, we're half a game behind the Bills. We're a game behind the Bills, but within our own destiny. Like if we beat them, if we beat the Chargers and we beat the Bills, then we're up on the Bills. We have the tiebreaker on them, and then it's all about just winning out. We would
sweep Buffalo. That would be insane. It'd be asinine.
Dude, you could have honestly probably sold me that on this season. Not even tell me a record. Be like, I'm not going to tell you exactly what our record is, but all you need to know is that we sweep Buffalo. I've been like, sign me aboard. Sign me aboard.
I mean, yeah, I would love that.
I'm down for that mystery.
But I think it's a possibility. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's probable.
No, yeah, I mean, like
it could happen though.
Week 1
it could happen.
If you had told that to your week 1
here, I got a question for the chat. So if Tua goes out there, throws for 4 touchdowns in Buffalo, and we lose the game 31-28, what are you guys going to say then?
31-28, 4 touchdowns from Tua, and we lose in Buffalo?
Yeah. Are you guys going to be like, okay, we have our quarterback, but we lost, and we still suck to the Bills? Like, what are you going to be miserable about? Or if we win the game and Tua throws 3 picks, what are you going to say? Like, you can't win is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. There's no – like, we need a perfect scenario in order for it to be considered a win, and then they're still going to –
It's almost like people can't be satisfied unless Tua throws for 300 yards and three touchdowns and the Dolphins win.
Yeah.
Like that's almost what it seems like it takes for everyone to be happy. It's the NFL. It's the best players in the world. You are going to have bad weeks. Sometimes the defense is going to suck and the offense is going to pick you up. And sometimes the offense is going to suck and the defense is going to pick you up. How many times have we seen that this year? Multiple times. That's why I love this team, because we've won games 16-10. We've won games in like 34-31. It doesn't matter. The team is finding ways to win.
All kinds of wins. Comebacks from behind. We've had close, little scrappy defensive battles like the Steelers. We've had those crazy blow-for-blow shots like the Bears, man. Those comebacks like the Ravens. Like, you're right. We win in any way, how. Which is kind of, I think, why the Sunday loss stung a little bit more, you know? But that aside, it's been a fun season. It's been a good one to
been a great season. Like, this is the most fun we've had since 2008, bro. People act like we've been this powerhouse for the last 20 years. We're not. Like, what?
And I agree, bro. And I don't think we're going to buy that.
Find me a team that's been more entertaining, more exciting, and more fun to watch since Dan Marino's left the Miami Dolphins. When we made the playoffs in 2000 with Jay Fiedler. I mean, like, come on.
When we had
maybe 03. I mean, come on, bro. What we've been to we played the Steelers in 2016 and 2008. So since 2000, we've been in the playoffs 3 times, have won one of those games. which was in 2000, and then got blown out in the other two. And people are acting almost entitled that this team should just be running the freaking table. Like, you weren't going to beat San Fran, LA, Buffalo, Green Bay, New Patriots, and the Jets 6 games in a row.
We weren't going to win out
the season on an 11-game win streak.
14
like, this is not Call of Duty, bro. This is a fucking NFL. We beat the teams we were supposed to beat.
Yeah, man.
And we're going to keep winning. I'm telling you, like, going into the game as a 6-point underdog and just thinking like we were entitled to go in there and smack them up at home is crazy talk.
11-game win streak, chopper inbound smoke.
Like, here, if we win that game, say we win that game, were we gonna sit here and just shit on Tua the whole week, or are we gonna be like, oh, he had 3 bad quarters, but hey, we won the game, we know he's gonna be back, and I can't wait to play? It would be so different. But like you said, winning cures all. Winning cures all. We didn't win. You got to get over it.
Man. Yeah, I think also it stings a little bit more, bro, because that first play, that first little 75-yard touchdown, man. Like, I
thought we were gonna win after that play. I'm not gonna lie.
I was in Twin Peaks.
Dialed in.
Came running out the bathroom. So when I saw Trent Sherfield got the ball, I hear I wash my hands, get out, see it all go off, start screaming. I was like, oh my god, we're about to demolish, man. And then
that's not the same thing.
And I had so many Niners fans making fun of me for the next 2 quarters. But hey, God, bro, like it definitely stung a little bit more, man. But that was the first touchdowns the Niners let up in 6 quarters. That's crazy. Yep. 6 quarters of football without a touchdown in the NFL is absolutely ridiculous. Fuck.
What are you gonna do?
Win against the Chargers, Smokes. That's all we can do. Honestly,
all you can do, and
like,
I believe they will do it.
Like,
and once they do that, everyone will relax. We'll be 9-4, and then the story's going to be, all right, we're playing Buffalo in Buffalo Saturday night. If we win this game, 10-4 in first place in the AFC East.
10-4. Wow.
Just think about that.
All right.
Now, if Tua throws 4 picks in that game, by all means, yes, there is an argument to be made. But do not tell me week 13 against an NFC opponent is the game that we're judging Tua's career on. Don't give me that.
Of course.
Don't give me that.
And I know we're talking about Tua. We talk about like the Dolphins' performance. I do want it to be clear that Smokes and I see stuff in the chat, like when we're talking about like no need to sound the alarms, no need to freak out. We're talking about the Dolphins season. Okay. Yes, we're talking a little bit about Tua because he's the quarterback. We mean the Dolphins season. Like, I think the Dolphins team as a team with the coaching staff and all the players can pull it together. Like, it's not, I'm not sitting here and asking you not to whine about one man. Dude, yeah, we've been saying Tua had a bad game. But we think the team is good enough to be able to beat the Chargers, to be able to beat the Bills if it comes down to that, man.
Yep.
Fuck. So this world where we beat the Chargers and then we still had this ugly 49ers game. How confident would you be going into Buffalo?
If we beat the piss out of the Chargers?
Or we win by 7 to 10 points.
No, I mean, you win regardless.
Mm-hmm. But convincing 7 to 10.
I believe in this team. Usually, I'm like, the Dolphins are going to get blown out by Buffalo. Before the season started, I had us getting swept by Buffalo. Until I saw us beat them, I wasn't going to say that we were going to beat Buffalo. We beat them this year at home. They had the ball for 40 minutes. You could say they had injuries. Everyone has injuries. It's part of the NFL. We went out there. We won. We beat them. Cry me a river. And because if we would have lost them, oh, my God, you lost to Buffalo. They had their whole team out. Blah, 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 blah. Josh Allen was on the field. The whole offense played. Spare me. I believe this team can beat any team any given Sunday. Point blank period. Point blank period. This team could beat any team on any given Sunday, or in this case, Saturday night. Do I think it's probable for the Dolphins to go into Buffalo and win? No. But am I going to say it's impossible or this team doesn't have the talent or capability to pull that off? You're crazy.
Yeah, man.
You're crazy. I think they could beat anybody on any given Saturday/Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever, bro.
Doesn't matter.
Give me a game on a Tuesday. I think we got a shot. Hopefully we get the tackles back, man. Hopefully.
I'm saying.
Even the greatest,
Tehran's gonna play. He knows what's up.
Yeah. He there's a reason he went to LA. Like, there's a reason he went to California. There's a reason he said, take me with you guys. Like, it's enough for moral support.
Daniel said he was close to playing.
Yeah, dude.
He's going to play. He's going to practice today or tomorrow. I think they practice tomorrow, but
I mean,
he's fine.
Bro doesn't have to practice, bro. He can still play. That's the craziest part.
He's a menace. He wants to be out there. He's going to be out there. We're fine. I'm not tripping.
He's good at football, bro.
He's great. He's great at football.
And I see people saying about the panel. Smokes is probably we're doing an hour with Smokes, and then we're gonna probably do an hour of panel. So there's no worries, guys. We won't be able to debate both of us, but you'll be able to talk to me. You know,
you could debate Nando.
No, I'll sit here and take it. I'll sit here and I won't cry, but I'll have to listen. I have no tinfoil for protection today, man. So it's gonna be a tough one. My hat broke.
Yeah, your grits today.
I'm gonna get a lot of cookage in my brain today, but it's okay. It's all good.
You'll be all right.
I'll survive, man. I don't have many IQ points to lose, bro. So we're all good, man. We can't get much dumber. So we'll survive.
So what's your outlook on the season now?
Still 12-5, bro. I still think 5-2 is. So I always had 7-3 before the bye, 5-2 after the bye, 12-5. I'm bad at math, but that's simple enough for me to follow. And at 1-1 after the Texans and the 49ers, we still got to play the Chargers, the Bills, Packers, Patriots, Jets. 5-2 is still very much.
I think we're gonna dismantle the Jets.
Yeah,
just because of what they did and how disrespectful they were during the game.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna beat the Packers, the Patriots, and the Jets. That's not even a question. I think the Jets were actually gonna smack them. Like,
I can't wait for that game.
Waddling, they were disrespectful. They're chirping still.
I can't wait for that game.
Oh my god, bro! Mike effing White or Joe Flacco, whoever comes in.
I want them both.
You're gonna get both. We're gonna demolish them so hard. You're gonna get both, Smokes. Like that's gonna be the best. We're gonna see all three of them, bro. Like, it's gonna be crazy.
I hope so.
Oh my god, they're gonna be like, you each get a quarter and a half. You each get a quarter and a half. While the Dolphins,
I do think that these next two games are gonna tell us if Tua is the franchise guy.
But that's kind of the point. Like I think,
and not even just Tua, this team.
Yeah, because the final three games I think are wins, but these next two determine everything for me.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I see what people are saying. I'm just saying, don't jump to this conclusion until the experiment is completed. Like, don't just have one variable go off and say, oh, the whole thing's failure. Let it play out. Because if we win 2 out of these 3 games on the road, dude, that's impressive, bro. That is some impressive shit right there. So I'm just saying, let it play out before you sit there and panic and freak out and cry. There's no reason.
No reason. Like 5-2, man. Like, I had this little 3-game road stretch. I tried to be conservative and have it at little 1-2.
I had us 1-2 after the road trip.
Like, between Niners, Chargers, Bills. I had it as L to the Niners, win to the Chargers, and then because I had predicted I said we beat the Buffalo Bills at home, so we'll probably lose them away. 1-2.
Yep.
Very simple, bro. It'd be nice if we go 2-1. Like, that'll truly wash away anything from the 49ers. And but until then, it's only a little hope. But if you're telling me to be hopeful, bro, like I said, you're the guy who's gonna ground me a little bit sometimes. Okay, so if you're telling me I'm okay to not ring the alarm, Smokes.
Dude, my girlfriend was so confused. She's like, "Why are you not like pissed off?" She's like, "You usually freak out after the Dolphins win." And I said, I don't know. I said, I've never felt more calm after a loss. Even my brother called me, because usually I'll call my brother and I'll be, bro, this team fucking sucks, da-da-da, same shit every fucking year. So he calls me doing that, and I'm the one telling him to just calm down. And I'm usually not the one to do that. So if I'm telling you to calm down, that probably means you should calm down, because I am the most emotionally invested, psychotic Dolphins fan you'll ever meet. And if you don't want to relax or you want to panic, go for it. Do it. But if they win the next 2 games, you better just be like, hey, You were right. Or if we get bullied the next 2 games, I will sit here and tell you that you were right. But all I'm saying is play it out. Play it out. That's it.
That's the only way we're going to find out.
8-4. There's no reason to act like the season's over and that Tua hasn't had a good year this year.
Yeah.
Just relax. Relax.
I agree, man. That's the only way we're going to figure this out. We're not going to sit here and argue and debate about it. It's not going to affect anything. Just relax. Play out the games. We got to wait 6 days. 6 days or Can't 5 days.
I hate the prime time, though, just because of the wait.
It's the worst.
That agree. 4 o'clock wait was brutal. I hate that. I hate waiting till 4 o'clock.
I thank God I had the World Cup, honestly, because I did not care about a single football game on the TV. There was 8 games on Twin Peaks, 8 football games, the World Cup game. I just watched the World Cup game. I was like, none of this is Dolphins. I don't care. I
could never do that. We come from different backgrounds, so it's different. But I could never watch the World Cup over. I'd rather watch an NFL game than a World Cup game.
I was just too nervous, bro.
I'd rather watch the Houston Texans play the freaking Saints than watch a World Cup game, unless it's like France versus Brazil or like something legit.
England versus
I don't
Senegal,
care to watch freaking Morocco versus. I think they're actually playing right now, but
yeah, I didn't even watch that game.
It's whatever, What I'm saying. I don't know. I love American football.
No, I get what you're saying, bro. It was more just nerves for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if the World Cup wasn't there, I would have nervously watched football.
Gotcha.
But I was with my dad. I'm not gonna be vaping around and stuff. I was like, I was just all anxious. I was just watching soccer. I was like, yeah, okay, this will keep me calm, bro. So just keep the beers coming, bro, and just keep giving me just some soccer, bro. This is calm enough to lull me around, and it worked, bro. As soon as the Niners came on, though, I couldn't even eat my sandwich. Screw that. All dialed in for the Dolphins, bro. Chargers, I agree. I don't want to wait till that Sunday night time period. It's gonna suck. You wait all day just for some football night. It almost sours my taste for the other games, the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock game. So inversely, we get Saturday night football after that, though. So then
that's kind of like, are you really waiting longer now? Because it's a night game, but it's also before the 1 p.m.s on Sunday.
You still gotta wait all day, but then you are technically waiting a day less. But that Saturday is gonna be the longest Saturday of the year. But
they dogged us on that. Why not make it Sunday night? Yeah, we're coming from Cali. At least give us an extra night's rest.
Right.
It's all right. Got to put your big boy pants on sometimes.
Oh well, it's all good. We'll figure it out, man. Hopefully a little extra sleep on the plane, bro. Some little Benadryls, and then they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. I'm not worried. Oh. All right, brother. Well, it's been a blessing to be up here with you.
Always a pleasure, Smokes.
Shout out everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys hop up on this panel and give Nando some smoke for me. I'll be watching. And if you guys haven't already, check me out on The Smoke Show right here on YouTube. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at Nicky Smokes. Nando, again, it's been an absolute honor to be up here with you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you shortly, buddy.
Always a pleasure, bro. Always a fun time talking to you for a nice hour, man. Thanks for coming on and keeping me company, man. If you do want to see them tear me up on the panel, bro, feel free to stick around afterwards. But thanks for coming on, bro. Give Nicky Smokes a little follow. He's almost at the 5K. And check him out on Twitter if you want to see him probably chirping around some Chargers fans this week.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
Be easy, boss. Have a good one. And bang orang. I know, guys. What is up? Welcome back. It is just me now on the Nando Talk. Guys, I did devise a little bit of a show. We did not purposely ignore the chat. I just wanted to ask Smoke some questions, pick his brain around, see what he felt about this Dolphins team. And he gave us an awesome hour. So very thankful for that. Answered a lot of my questions. I do still have some more notes on the docket, but I know I'm not as interesting on the solo dolo. So with that being said, we will be opening up the panel. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, I'll probably only let up 1 or 2 people at a time. So bear with me. But I'm opening up this panel. And I'm going to grab a beer as well. We're going to pretend it's a vase of sewer, but I'm going to have to put it in a different can. So I dropped the link in the chat. Fill up as you please. I'm literally going to go to grab a beer, so I have no clue who's first. Bang. Oh, I thought people wanted to debate. No one wants to debate. No, guys, Smokes didn't run. We just literally planned this show for an hour because he did not want to come up and talk and debate. We just wanted to talk ourselves and talk a little bit about Dolphins football. It's also a pleasure for me to be able to talk to Nicky Smokes, guys. So sorry if I was a little selfish, but we did drop the link. They dropped the link. Bangarang. Oh, Cap for Life is in here. Sherfield is balling. I think he only had one catch for 75 yards, but still beautiful to see that against his old team. What is up, Cap for Life? How's it going, bro? Thanks for being in the chat, bro. Sorry for ignoring so many of your comments, but
we're just no, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Hope you're having a great morning, man. I mean, damn, man. I wish we would have talked to Nicky, man. I mean, the dude hauled ass real quick, man. I mean,
no, yeah, I should have prefaced the show by saying he was only going to be on for an hour.
Yeah, man. I mean, reputation or not, man, don't forget the little people, bro. All of a sudden, now he's forgetting everybody.
It was more of me.
Funny how that works.
I should have said he was going to be on for an hour, and then I realized a little too late that we weren't going to get some time in.
Man, that man ain't doing nothing. He's at the house right now, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's why we started a little after 10. I came in a little late. I started talking to Smokes and gave him a little rundown of the show, gave two options, and I mismanaged the time, bro. I am not a good time manager, so that's falls on me, you know. Granted, it probably wouldn't have been the longest panel with Smokes. I think we were going to do like 45 and a 15 split, but I gave us zero time for that. So sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, no, man. But I love you guys, man. I'm over here just yanking your short
hair. Yeah, I'm just trying to clarify.
For me,
it was a little bit more me, Cap, than it was Smoke.
I really wanted to pick both of you guys' brains, man, because you guys are the young generation, and I say that with compliments, man. And I say that you guys are very optimistic, which is also great. But I mean, just to say to calm down, relax, and get over it. I mean, when we lost by one game last season, I mean, to get into the playoffs, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, people won't be saying the same thing if we lost to Herbert next week, and we would have won this game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny how people think differently, you know?
Of course. I mean, when I looked at last season losing one game, I was more frustrated with like the losses to the Jaguars, like losses to the Falcons. Like if we missed one game, I'm not going to look at the 49ers loss. You know, I'm going to look at like, dang, Tua missed time against the Jets, left during the Bengals, like left wasn't there for the Vikings. Like those are games where I'll be a little bit more regretful. The 49ers game is a game that hurts, bro, and it definitely stings. And I guess maybe we did come off as try to get over it. It's more of like, yes, this hurts, but let's not.
Yeah, not dwell on it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Usually we stop dwelling by Wednesday.
You know, like you sometimes you get a little angry, bro, but I'm not gonna punch a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like if we lose against the Chargers and the Bills 3 in a row, like yeah, bro, there'll be holes all over this place. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be furious. I'll get my golf clubs and I'll start swinging at things. but I'm hurt. I'm mad. The analogy I tried to use yesterday was usually a loss for me, Cap, feels like a kick in the nuts. Feels like a punch in the stomach. It still hurts, but it's I can survive a punch in the stomach. I'd never want to get kicked in the nuts again.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, we all saw the playoff simulators, and everything's in our favor to run the table and have that 80% on our side to make the playoffs. I get that. But people also don't understand that these things fluctuate week by week. Like we were at a 95% rate. It's dropped down to 87. We're in sixth place right now. I mean, if this pattern continues in December, we won't even by week 13 be relevant. And that's the problem people don't want to admit by thinking, oh, don't dwell on this. I agree, don't dwell on it, but don't make it seem that it wasn't a big deal, because the past 3 years in December, when it comes to statement games to be made, our quarterback hasn't shown up. And people don't like me bringing up Tennessee, but hey, man, it's almost the same comparison as last year. In December, 17-10 in the fourth quarter, you abandon the run game because you want to see what you got under center.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's just, it's time to man up, man. Enough with the excuse making, enough with the, we're tired of hearing that, man. Tired of blaming the defense. We're just, be consistent. That's all I'm saying. Just don't talk to me about being an MVP when you can't beat Mr. Irrelevant.
Of course. No, MVP talk. I mean, he only slid from second to 3, but it's definitely like in reality, it's a much bigger gap than that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't lose to Mr. Irrelevant. You're right. And I think Smokes and I didn't even talk about that. We didn't even touch on the run game, which is kind of wild. We only ran 8 times, 4.1 yards to carry, but only 8 times it's not enough, bro. Also, Cap, before we continue, I do have to address this again. Scatterbrain Nando for not addressing this. Guys, there was an issue with Facebook. It says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be on Facebook's end. It's possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, I don't have access to Steven's Facebook. So to anyone who's trying to watch through there, I'm sorry if the plug did get pulled. I saw we lost first the Miami Sports Music Facebook and then the SKPL Productions Facebook. So again, sorry about that, but I have no control over Steven's Facebook accounts if there's an issue on that end. So apologies. But Cap, I agree, man. The Tennessee Titans loss, it's fair to compare that to the San Francisco 49ers loss. And I don't want it. That's why I tried to move on from the 49ers talk, just because like we could sit here and give all the excuses, but the fact of the matter is Tua played bad. The Dolphins didn't play well, and we lost the game, right? Like, we lost. It's time to bounce back.
Yeah. I mean, all we got to do now is, like you say, bounce back and focus on the next game. But, man, it's tough to focus on the next game right now when, you got 2 primetime games back-to-back, and, we haven't been stellar in prime time. So that narrative needs to be broken as well. You want to be known as an elite quarterback, then you conquer your demons against the guy you were drafted with in the same year. And, stop, the narrative from being made that you can't win in big games in December.
Yeah, man, frick.
But yeah, man, for me, that's it, man. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I think I've said my piece with it. People might not like it, but until I see a check mark or an X by our name, it's going to keep coming, man. And if people don't speak up for what they feel is right, they're going to end up spending thousands of dollars enjoying tailgates for nothing.
Agreed, man. Like, and we need to step it up, win against the Chargers, bro. Win these prime time important games. And that includes the Packers game, bro. Like, that's still nationally televised, prime time, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's still a big game the Dolphins have to win out. It's a Christmas game, bro. Like, you talk about spending money. I agree on that part. Like, imagine asking people to come to the stadium on Christmas and then giving them a cruddy showing. Like, that sucks. Like, I want to see us perform.
Yeah, bro. Like, people might think Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers. People think the same thing about Derek Carr, but he's still beating guys out there in December.
Dude,
like, anything can happen.
I'm happy Rodgers is going to play. Like, I did not want to go watch Jordan Love on Christmas, bro. I wanted, like, if anything, I want to see Aaron Rodgers maybe for one of the last times in the Packers uniform, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
I'm an Rashad.
I want to be prideful. I really do want to be prideful, but we're not in a position right now to think, okay, well, yeah, no, I'm glad that Aaron Rodgers is playing. No, you're not. I mean, if he's the Aaron that we know, that's fine. But if he's hurt and has a bad thumb, I'll take it. But if he shows up like he did last week and scores more than 28, We need to counter that because we've done it already. We proved that we've done it before without Armstead. I mean, we can't, use that as a clutch either. Like, everybody needs to step up.
Yeah, everybody needs to step up. It's a team game, bro. At the end of the day, like, I like that Tua took accountability. I like that he said the loss is on him, which is one of the reasons why. Like, I'm also gonna say, yeah, loss is on him. By the way, what is up, Rashad? I added you up. I'm usually bad with more than one person on a panel. I'm a little bit scatterbrained, but you were waiting for so long. I didn't want to leave you waiting too. So
no, it's all good. I was waiting for saying Cap.
I'm not Steven, guys. I'm I still got some work to do. But what's up, Rashad?
Not much. Just tuning in, listening. I was waiting for someone to hop on and give some hate, but y'all killing it right now.
I got P in the back room if you want, but I mean,
bro, I'm all of a sudden, man. People don't want to jump up here no more, man. I don't get it, man. Rashad, why is it that the old heads have to come up here and take the brutal beating, and everyone else that was love, joy, all disappear, man? Like, where the hell y'all at, man? Y'all on that cruise ship too?
Those the real Tuaneers. They ain't got nothing to say right now.
You're the real one, man. I see that, man. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I love Tua, but I don't know. In a bad game. I don't think there's much else to say about it. He was missing passes. He was going right.
But my thing is, look, Nando. I agree with you, man. It was a bad game. I get it, but he picked.
I watched a condensed game, bro. It was
he picked a crappy time to have a bad game coming up now more than ever. He can't. I mean, the excuse now is going to be he can't lose next week, and that's even more pressure, which I don't want on him. Like, he's doing this on his own man. Like, you won't be pressured if you don't win games like this.
If you don't win
games like this, you got to win these games.
He can actually win. He can actually lose next week, and we'll still be in 7th. That's the crazy part.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Anything can happen. Look at the Raiders over here, just doing things they're not supposed to do and messing up people's seasons. You don't think that crap can happen against us?
That's a good thing. Let the Raiders stay hot. They go beat some teams that we need to lose, even though we should. No,
I get that, but my point is that we don't want their win against us, which that'll be a nightmare.
I feel.
Yeah, we can't lose to an AFC opponent. That's the thing. That's why we can't lose to the Chargers. Really, like, if they were an NFC team, like, again, like, not like, that's why Smokes and I tried not to talk about it. Like, we did sit behind the show and have a no topics list, bro. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and be like, oh, at least we lost to an NFC opponent. Like, that's not as bad.
No.
Like, a loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what conference you're in. You can be in the AFC, NFC, the EFC, whatever, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, a loss is a loss. Like,
I mean, I think we've all said it before the game got here on Sunday that this was our biggest test so far this season. We just failed it. In my eyes.
I'm adding Pete, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what pisses me off the most, man. When it comes to
Good morning, guys.
You need to make a statement. You don't make a statement.
My tinfoil hat.
Right.
I'm glad you got it on, Nando. I'm up here.
It's just
you're going to need it.
It's
I seen that.
Does it have a Dolphin logo on that?
No, I've got to make a new one, bro. This one's broken. I threw it down in frustration one day. And
bro. Shout out to Nando, bro. Nando has the nuts to come up here and converse with us, man. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, I mean, Nando, I hear you guys, and I do hear you guys, and I want to sit there, but there's no way I'm going to sit there when there's things that I'm visualizing on my team. You know what's starting to hit my head? I'm starting to think Tua's arm is getting worn out. We've been pass heavy pass. I was up here on panels. Why didn't we run the ball more?
We should have
on the wins. We needed to run the ball more. We should have ran the ball out of that. We should have ran the heck out of the ball versus the Lions, Bears, and Steelers. We should have just ran it down their throats and Houston to show the NFL, hey, we're not passing. This is a running team. Then we show up in 49ers. They're thinking we're about to run through them because we've been running through the NFL with these weak teams. And guess what happens? Boom. We open it up off the pass. No pressure on Tua. But it's McDaniel's fault for forcing it, being pass heavy, and now we're going to run into situations we're going to need Tua's arm. And look, balls are hitting the dirt. They're inaccurate.
You
His
called
arm
it, man.
is getting
You
worn
called it.
out, Nando.
You called
It's
it, man.
showing.
Could be right.
I took off the tinfoil hat, bro. That was a pretty fair take, man. Like,
or it could be the weather, Pete.
Yeah,
Maybe the arm is cooling down.
For the
No,
most
I don't want to hear weather, Rashad. Weren't you one of the guys telling me that 55 isn't cold?
That I said that to me, Californian.
Oh, okay. But you went to the game and you were wearing a jacket, Rashad. You should have been in a tank top and shorts, like you said.
No. See. We're talking two different things. I have to travel back. I have to travel back home in the rain.
So like I said all week, 55 degrees is going to destroy Tua. And it happened. He's a dome quarterback at best. Or weather needs to be absolutely perfect, and he has to have the better team on that Sunday as well.
That could be true.
I agree with most of your take, Pete. I don't know about his arm is tired, but I do think that we shouldn't have forced it. Like, if the pass wasn't working, switch to the run.
Yeah, but like last year, remember, Nando, what Duke Johnson was averaging 4 yards, almost 5 yards a carry in that Tennessee game. You got Mostert almost averaging 4.5, 4.3 yards a carry, and then you stop.
I'm not gonna tell y'all how the refs got us too in that game. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
that tripping
Listen,
call,
I don't want to hear nothing about
that
the tripping call. Was a tripping. It was tripping. It was tripping.
No. McCaffrey ran into Ingram.
Yeah, you got to intent matters, man. Bro. Intent matters in penalties for sure.
He didn't intentionally trip him. He tripped over Ingram.
But it did not lose the game in the slightest, Fun. I agree in that.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear nothing about the referee.
Agree, bro. Man. That was one of the no topic list Smokes and I had. You feel me?
Like F all that, man. Stop crying about the referee.
Because there's 4 plays you can pull out. But I agree.
The fans were there saying that they're giving it to us. Niners fans were saying that they were robbing the Niners, and the refs were giving makeup calls. That's exactly what they were saying.
Listen, I ain't trying to hear about this referee stuff, because at the end of the day, the referee's been bad across the NFL, or they've been good across the NFL. It depends on what side of the ball you are in when it comes to the loss or win. One thing I am upset about, Nando, and thank you for being here, is, I always support my content creators. I'm upset with some of my content creators.
What happened?
Because some of my content creators have been ducking and hiding and disappearing, MIA. And I'm upset about that.
No, say it ain't so, Bonjo. Say it's not so, Bonjo.
Shots are fired.
And again, these are my same content creators that have been on here pumping all this gas lighting people left and right, hyping us up. And after a loss, we can't be found. Because I heard, and these are the same people on the let me not cuss.
Steven's not here, bro. There's no swear jar.
On this fucking panel, coming up here, talking some.
Way to go, Nando.
Who has the Niners played? The Niners haven't played anybody.
Happy.
And
I was one of them people too.
Look at the Niners record. And where are those people now after the loss? Listen, if you're gonna talk
I'm
crazy.
Here.
I'm just saying, if you're going to talk, and I appreciate you still being here, sir. But again, if you're going to talk crazy and talk reckless, be here to defend your reckless talk after it didn't come to fruition.
Yes.
Right? It was the same on both boats.
Hey, Bonjo, to that point.
Hold on, where is Sharif? Is Sharif only pop up when he's right?
Yeah. Bonjo, to your point, even that crazy Bears guy showed back up after we beat him.
Exactly, like
he showed back up. Even he had the balls to show back up.
Exactly, guys. Okay, we took a loss. We took it on the chin.
He was talking reckless all week. He showed back up even after they lost.
But this is what I'm saying. It's okay for Uno to play like trash one game. This doesn't define him. But you not showing up defines you and what you hold up.
No, that's fine. Hey, Bonjo, that's fine. I agree with that. But haven't I been up here, even after wins, week after week, trying to call out inaccurate balls that were even completed? I'm here telling you guys after a Lions win, I think it was the Lions or Bears, why is Sherfield catching those passes?
Hold on. Sharif has showed up. Thank you, Sharif, for showing up.
That's my fault. He was the back room.
Let Pete finish.
Pete said enough. I've had enough of Pete.
He just doesn't want to agree to that. Because he's over here saying you're agreeing to that Tua only had one bad game this year.
Listen,
and that's not true. That is not true.
He had 3 bad games.
Listen,
but Pete,
three out of
I'll tell you straight up, that is not. Tua should be number one in the NFL when it comes to yak with these weapons. And he's nowhere near there. That's his ball placement and accuracy.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, one bad game that cost us. Right.
Cost us. Okay.
First of all,
the other bad game didn't cost us. The
Bonjo.
Steelers game didn't cost us.
First of all,
now when you say it like that, Bonjo, I agree to that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's you're right, Bonjo. That Steeler game didn't cost us. Right, you're right.
Exactly. It didn't cost us, but
so
Bonjo cost us.
First of all, Pete,
how you doing, Sharif?
Hey, shout out to you. Shout out, Pete. Shout out to you, everyone. Everyone knows that I was done with the quarterback talk from last season. So the quarterback talk is I'm not dealing with it. I'm past it because I'm a Dolphin. I'm a team, right?
Okay.
But I would say this: 3 things that I want to point out before the game even started. Armstead tried to take the attention away from something, because he wanted us to follow. I guess he wanted the fans and he wanted ESPN to follow him up. And then Garoppolo went on an interview and mentioned something, and I think he did that intentionally because it got back out to the Miami media that not only was McDaniel interested in him, the price was not high enough. And another thing I want to point out is the chomping between Mostert and was another cover-up, and an attempt to cover that up. I wonder if that bothered Tua to know that this guy who loved you, who called you on the plane, hey, I'm coming to Miami to help you, also wanted Garoppolo and would have been fine with him. So I wonder if that pissed Tua off, because let's just be honest, man. Like, you knew
that our quarterback is that soft that any rumor about another quarterback, he plays like dog shit the next day?
Oh my God.
Is that what you're bringing up to me?
Oh my God. Pete, any comment on that? Because I'm not saying that. I'm saying the 3 things that happened, bro. I hope it did not. Did you hope it did not?
I didn't even get wind of those things, to say the truth. The only thing I heard was about Pete. The only thing I heard about was
because it is facts now. It's not Flores who wanted Garoppolo. Flores don't. It's McDaniel who wanted him.
So you're saying that McDaniel was rats off a ship on Tua as well?
Oh, I see the pattern you're saying. Like every coach
before the game, there was no one who knew that Garoppolo intentionally did that, and he knew that it was going to be a soft wound he could hit somehow. So he said, "Oh, my Dolphins wanted me," but I guess
I didn't hear this. I didn't hear this rumor. Anybody else did?
So watch the cover-up, though. The cover-up was Mostert and Debo fighting. The other cover-up was Armstead saying, watch me play. All that didn't take the attention away from Garoppolo nearly coming to the Dolphins.
Why would
that didn't take the attention away from that?
Cover something
again, I never heard this. I haven't heard this. I didn't hear nothing about Garoppolo. I heard there was rumors at the beginning of the season that, maybe
he had
we should
an
bring
interview
Garoppolo in
this week, Vonjo. Why did he say that? Why did he bring that up?
Drop the link to that interview. Drop the link to that interview. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, if you put it in the private chat, I'll share it. That would actually be pretty fun.
Hey, Bonjo, did Landon Roberts have a good game, Bonjo? Did Landon Roberts have a good game?
He did. He did have an interview this week, and I don't know why he brought it up, Nando. I really don't.
Because that would honestly
he could have brought that up. He could have brought that up a long time. Why did he? Oh, Dolphins probably didn't have enough cap to get me, but they had interest. You knew you were going to hit a soft wound if you're Jimmy. If you're Jimmy, you know why you're saying that. You're hitting a soft wound somewhere, and somewhere it's going to be taken. Now, is he assuming that? Is he assuming that?
Wearing his
watch this.
Nando wearing his hat.
Is he assuming that Tua's had enough of this talk that if he does
make sure it's nice and snug?
It's not protected from the back right now, bro. So
if he does this, right, assuming that this would hit home with Tua right before the game, if he does this, assuming that this would hit home with a soft-hearted guy who doesn't know that this is a business and you could be traded on a dime, and he knew that this would affect Tua. All I'm saying is
because I never heard about this interview. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
I never heard about it either. You're right.
Yeah, it was an interview with Garoppolo. I think 3 days before the game.
I'm not trying to be funny, Sharif. If you do have the link to that, if you don't mind finding that, that would actually be a pretty cool thing.
Oh, you talking about the Garoppolo interview? My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, about him saying he's been traded here.
Pardon me?
You talking about the Garoppolo interview saying that Miami wanted to trade for him?
Yeah, but they didn't have enough capital. I wonder if he said that intentionally, Crypto. Did you think he said that intentionally before the game?
That did happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, it did.
What do you guys think I'm going to do?
All
I'm saying is I never heard of it.
Where is it? Is what I'm saying. Because I live here in the Bay Area.
Why did he time it like perfectly like that? He thought he would have hit home with someone.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. Rashad, you're right. They were saying Garoppolo had that. Garoppolo had that.
So now Tua is thinking to himself, this dude came on a plane and lied to me.
Wait, so Garoppolo Garoppolo people put it out there?
He had an interview, Von Joe.
About the interview.
Oh, you're saying
the people in the Bay Area wasn't putting it out there publicly.
Hold on.
So you're saying he did that before the Check My Pulse jet ride back to Miami? That's what you're saying? Check your pulse. He checked Jimmy G's pulse first? That's what you're saying?
You mean he checked?
What do you mean the jet ride? You mean Daniel's jet ride?
Are you saying he called Jimmy G before he jumped on the jet? Is that what you're saying?
So, or was it after?
No, Jimmy G never jumped on jet. He was never traded.
No, I'm saying they called Jimmy G before he jumped on the jet.
Jimmy G brought it up to check Tua's pulse, bro.
Okay, but
he didn't have to bring it up this week. He didn't have to bring it up at all this week.
Hold on, sir. Is he?
I'm lost.
Okay, is he saying in this interview, did Jimmy G say, "Hey, after McDaniel got to Miami, started talking to Tua, he called me and said, hey, we're thinking about trading for you." And they just didn't have enough money or cap space.
Crypto is going to back me up on what I'm about to say. He said that Miami had interest, but I guess the capital was not enough. Miami had interest, but I guess the capital was not. You need me to repeat it again?
Right.
Yes, no.
At what point, sir? At what point?
Listen to me, Sharif. Was the call made before?
No, you want to hear something else. That's why you trying to turn this into something it's not, bro.
You're not listening.
Tua is pissed that at McDaniel that he wanted someone else, bro. To try to change it up.
No. It came after the jet ride. McDaniel had already touched down in Miami.
Okay, thank you.
You trying to change it up, bro? It is what it is, bro.
No. He had already touched down in Miami.
No one's changing anything. You're not listening. We're asking when did this call happen?
Drink some coffee, bro.
After the touchdown in Miami, if you talking about when.
Thank you, Crypto. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
If I'm Tua, and I hear Jimmy say this week that Dolphins had interest in me, and the capital wasn't enough, I guess. It now Tua is saying, "Oh, this guy came on a plane, called me on FaceTime, talked to me, tell me he loves me, he's gonna change me." But all I hear now this week coming out of San Fran in an interview with Jimmy G is they wanted him. I'm wondering if that affected Tua.
That's all.
It was more so on Chris Greer.
And listen, I'm gonna say it here.
So due diligence, Chris Greer.
I'm gonna say it here.
Tua's gonna punch Chris Greer in his mouth at some point, man.
Anyways, I am gonna say it loud and clear. If this is true and this affected Tua to the point where he played like that, he doesn't listen. I don't know what to tell you.
It's
I don't either.
Now that you're just a baby back bitch.
Agreed, Vaughn. I love Tua, but if we're saying that one little interview with Jimmy Garoppolo,
I don't know if that affected his play though.
That'd be crazy.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's going to be McDaniel who's going to ruin his psyche because he got to see McDaniel every day. Bonjo, it's McDaniel who's going to ruin his psyche because he's got to see McDaniel every day. It's not going to be Jimmy G. It's going to be the fact that this guy called you on a plane and you got to see him every day, every play in your headset. But he would have been fine with trading with Jimmy G, but the capital was not enough.
So you're saying that he's mad about them watching McGruber together and it not meaning anything?
He's mad about them wanting Deshaun, Fitzmagic, Brady. Now he heard they want Jimmy G. They wanted Jimmy G as well.
No, dude, that's like That's like hearing that you're
that's because Jimmy G will be the backup.
Business, but it could affect you,
bro. It's
fine. Business,
you know what I'm
right?
saying?
It's business, but it could affect you, man.
That's because they wanted Jimmy G probably to be in the place of Bridgewater.
Possibly.
Exactly.
You know, if Jimmy G went out and said, "Yo, McDaniel called me up and said, I miss you, but thank God I have Teddy Bridgewater," that's different. You know, I would be crushed.
I've been refusing to say this because it fits Von Joe's narrative, but since we're all going to be idiots, do we not see the missing part in this whole equation? The main common denominator
context
is Teron Armstead.
Yeah,
that's the
it
denominator.
If we paid attention to the game,
what do you mean my narrative, sir? What you talking about my narrative?
Did you see what Trent Williams did?
I'm telling you facts, sir. This is a fact. It's not a narrative. We're 0-4 without.
Well, he's the MVP. He's Von Joe's MVP.
Narratives can be facts, Von Joe. Narratives can be facts.
Yeah, that's true. Narratives can be facts.
Von
You're
Joe's facts. That listen, without Armstead, we are 0-4. Point blank.
True. So you're not gonna like this. So I blame Teron Armstead.
What about
the same way
what's
we
our record
when he was out?
Wait a minute, hold on. What is our record when Jesse Davis starts and finishes games?
No, do not talk about Jesse Davis, bro.
But here's the thing, Rashad. This is why you can't blame Teron Armstead.
Nando, Jesse Davis have a solid record in his career.
8-1 with Jesse Davis.
Bro,
listen, we expected
exactly.
We expected this.
Has been
so Teron Armstead. When we purchased Teron Armstead, we knew what we were getting.
So we expect to lose when he's not there.
You already knew
so the fan base was right, Von Joe. Y'all were right for wanting McGruger at center, and y'all were right for wanting Fisher at tackle training camp. You guys were right because
we're 13 weeks late on Fisher.
Yeah, we're 13. The fan base was. I didn't really want him.
We're 13 weeks late on that one.
Yeah, I would admit the fan base wanted another tackle in there. They didn't care about Austin Jackson's growth, and the fan base was right because look at what's going on.
Shout out to Level 2 Noob because he said that in Indianapolis, Fisher was a turnstile. He was an open door. He just walked right in.
That's probably why I was 13 weeks late, Von Joe.
Exactly. Nobody wants him.
He's a run blocking tackle. He's not a
I forgot the center. I forgot the center. That
in other words, he would have been on the roster immediately after Armstead got
when it comes to apparently when it comes to pass blocking, Fisher and Jesse Davis come from the same blocking tree.
JC Treader? I think it was JC Treader, the fan base.
Man, Von Joe, that's a bit brutal.
Von Joe, the reason I even had faith for Brandon Shell is because of Jesse Davis, bro. Like,
no, y'all had faith in Brandon Shell. I told y'all.
No. We know what Brandon Shell is, you know what I'm saying? But after watching Jesse Davis, I was like, at least. Well,
Brandon Shell, how many pressures has Brandon Shell? Anybody got those numbers? How many pressures has he given up?
Well, against the Texans, he gave up quite a few. But
quite a few.
Wow, quite a few. Damn, Rashad.
And when Tua gets sacked, why the heck he can't fall properly?
I don't know.
Why does man
he does fall kind of awkward, don't he? He does fall like he's stretched out on the damn inverted stretcher.
Every time he gets sacked, he starts. It's like he's doing a limbo.
I think that'll come with time.
What are you doing?
That'll come with time because Brady falls down. I noticed Brady falls down a lot more. Even Aaron Rodgers, they just fall to their knees. And because why? Yep. When you restrict trying to for 200 and something pounds on you, and you try to restrict or try to break out of it, this is where you end up breaking your feet like Garoppolo Sunday. You try to fight out of it, and so you just need to fall down if you're Tua. If you know these guys are coming.
Man. Fall down in a fetal position.
This is what Brady does. That's what Brady does.
Every time he gets tackled like that,
you fall down in a fetal position, you can protect yourself.
I hold my breath, and I'm like, is he going to get back up? And if he's going to get back up, is he limping? Because I'm like, dear Lord, dude.
He's got to learn how to fall, bro.
I'm like, this is not the Bahamas. Why are you or Jamaica? Why are you limboing all over the place?
As a lacrosse bench warmer, getting laid out is an art form, bro. Like learning how to fall and like learning how to crumple under a bigger person is an art.
Yes,
Tua's got to learn how to do it.
Because
if not, you're gonna get hurt, bro. Like there is a way to minimize the blow.
He needs to train with James Harden, man. That's what he needs to do.
James Harden, LeBron James, learn how to just crumble, man.
He needs to He needs to train with James Harden. Man.
Speaking of level 2 noob, Vaughn, he heard you. Fisher allowed
there you go. Shout out to level 2
9
noob,
sacks
man.
in Indy, the weak link on that line, and started battling knee and pec injuries at the end of the year.
Best guy on Twitter, by the way, to follow.
So he has a pec injury. What's with this trend? We got a whole freaking line full of pec injuries. What's going on here?
Pec injuries and ACL
swollen
injuries,
titties, man. A lot of swollen titties out here.
A lot of conage.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of conage out here, man.
Man, like I said, bro, Eric Fisher, he's just coming in to be backup, just in case somebody go down.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's the swing tackle. He's our new Jesse Davis.
If anybody thinks that he's coming out here to make an impact, no.
Listen, Chris Greer.
We're bringing him so he can start learning the playbook.
I got something to tell Chris Greer, though. Von Joe, he blew this pick because this is his 3rd year. Austin Jackson, I don't think he's coming back to the Dolphins. This is his last time, and he broke.
I don't know, Sharif, man.
This is his 3rd year.
He'll be here next year. He won't be.
Yeah, he'll be here next year. Greer don't like being wrong. He don't like giving up on his picks.
And this is where I'm gonna go right at Greer. Greer,
because he was a first-round pick, right?
You're gonna try and force
18th overall. He's a top 20 pick. He's a top 20 talent. You can't give up on a top 20 talent.
So they're gonna sign him for the 4th. They're gonna play the 4th year, but they're not gonna give him a 5th-year option.
No,
he's not getting
I don't know about that, Bon Joe. He might be on a 7-year plan.
He's all.
Is Tua still on the 7-year plan,
I'm
guys?
telling you.
Not unless you want $1 million.
I know
Jackson is on the 7-year plan.
I know Tua's on Pete's 7-year plan.
Dude,
right.
Unless Austin Jackson goes
Pete
to the
just
center
extended
for kids who
to
can't pass block very
well. When it comes to Tua being on a 7-year plan, right now, I'm just hoping he survives the next 7 games.
Listen,
the last 2 games and him getting
Pete
sacked,
already
I don't
extended
like
to him, man.
Yeah, I know.
You
That's
hear Pete out there talking
plan.
like he this and he
You
that.
talking about the 7-game plan, does Bon Joe?
Listen, man. Pete
Rashad,
already
I have to ask you
extended
a
to it in
question.
his mind.
Rashad, I have to ask you a question. You was at the game. You was in the house, right?
Yeah.
That sack when Tua got hit, when he threw the ball and it kind of just fluttered and he got hit high and low, right? And his ankle looked like it was, looking like this, right? Did they call it? Did they throw a flag on that play?
No.
Yeah. One of them they did.
They didn't. They threw a flag.
No, that
was a roughing the passer on one.
No, that was before the fumble.
All the sacks.
Does anybody know if that same ankle is the same ankle from the Bengals game? Is that the same ankle, or are we not? Are they just trying to like make a big something out of nothing? Are they trying to like decoy people in December? Because if it's the same ankle,
I don't know. They're playing games.
Who knows, Cap? Because they said he could have played continued playing if he needed to.
I think it was an ankle injury. It's like
warfare
this is hurting a little bit.
Yeah, I think
time
they're
to get
playing
out
games
though.
with injury report.
Man, the only thing that was hurting was Tua's goddamn vagina. Okay, I said it there.
Damn.
I'll switch that to Dolphins pride, but I agree. I don't think there was any real injury. I think Tua's playing this Sunday. That's obvious.
But guys, if this in fact affected Tua mentally and he looks at McDaniel a different way, I wonder if he's
I do not want to believe that.
I wonder if he's going to receive.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong, Sharif, because that it affected him. I don't know.
But I wonder if moving forward he will receive anything positive from McDaniel ever again. Because the fact is, Jimmy G said it. He said it, man, and I didn't notice it until after the game because they blocked. They blocked okay, bro. Yes, they allowed 3 sacks and a strip fumble, but they blocked okay.
Bro, again, if Jimmy G, because everybody keeps saying, what was it? Something was wrong with Tua's head. It looked like somebody was in his head. If Jimmy G got to your head with that comment, dude, you are soft as pie.
Honestly, bro, it's like finding out your girlfriend had.
You keep saying if. Before you keep saying if. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I keep saying if because I can't say no.
I don't.
Again, I'm saying if because I don't know if that's what really affected him. That's
and
why
it was the fact that
Nando wants to hear the exact names come out of Jimmy G's mouth.
It was the same guy that we seen in the Texans second half. Yeah. There was no Teron Armstead, and he was panicking from the jump. He
started panicking right after this.
Tyreek was wide open, and he was hesitant. Like he literally was like sitting there, like I don't know if I should throw it. He was looking around to see if someone
How
was
about
coming.
that 61 passes and yards in the air, man? 61 yards in the air to Tyreek, bro. That was a freaking beauty.
Which one? There was like a 45-yard touchdown.
But at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. That I'm not going to say that his arm is getting tired if he's launching it to Tyreek.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
That was a beauty, though.
Yep, there's some high passes to Waddle. Waddle just basically got blanked. He was just he was totally
No. The safeties were playing low, but the linebackers was playing deep. So he was trying to float it.
That affected Waddle's game big time.
There was nothing.
Yeah,
he was trying to float it over their heads.
The linebackers played an extra 3 yards back.
So they didn't bite on the play action.
So this is what happened. Tua is usually throwing a bullet into windows, right? This time they made him drop it into a bucket versus throwing into a window. You have to drop it into a bucket, and he had difficulty dropping it into the bucket.
Receivers
into the thing over there because he ain't used to linebackers being that deep.
So there's just a difference between throwing to. So they pretty much they were open in the same area, but there's a difference between throwing through windows and dropping the ball into a bucket.
I haven't watched the all 22s yet, but what they seem to do was they seem to not bite and then sink right under the route. And so they were saying, look, man, if you're going to gash us, just gash us. But it's going to be the over safety, over corner, and then the under linebacker seaming right up under Tyreek or Waddle. And so it took away his first and second progression.
All right. San Fran linebackers can run. And
they were running fast. Yeah, I didn't realize how fast they were.
You could catch
they got 3 sideline linebackers. Yeah,
because you saw.
Tyreek I didn't know he was really that fast though. I know he was good. I know they didn't believe in Jesus. I didn't know they
tried to turn the corner on Greenwald, and Greenwald was not letting it happen.
I want to ask you guys, savage. Are you guys tired of arm tackles? Because I'm getting tired of it, man. I'm just getting tired of it.
Christian McCaffrey running through people.
No arm tackling, man. I'm just like you grabbing and if you square.
Yeah, I know. But who was busting through our arm tackles? What, McCaffrey? You talking about?
Yeah, McCaffrey
had one good. But it was mainly, I sat there on the panel. I said, y'all worried about McCaffrey sitting here running the ball. I said, no, it's him catching the ball out the back.
Catching the ball is what he was wide open on that TD, bro. There was not a single person.
And again, mofos came up after my head.
Yeah, he was.
Hey,
our linebackers.
This is the first time.
Is like finding Nemo and finding Dory. They are just out there. They're just fish out of water. They don't know what they're doing.
I like Duke Riley, bro. I like Jerome, but we don't have like a true complete linebacker. Like Duke Riley should play a third of the snaps, bro. We've got.
Wasn't there one available right at the trade deadline for a second round pick?
He's wrecking shop. He is wrecking shop at Baltimore. He is.
Yeah.
Doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
That's the first time. That's the first time I've ever seen Christian Wilkins not bring down a player. When I see him
I saw Roquan Smith at Live, man, in April, and I thought when I saw him going for the trade deadline, I was like,
we could have got Roquan Smith. We had enough capital.
So much fun at Live, bro. He had a table. It was his birthday. How did he not choose Miami, bro? Like
because we didn't want to offer a second round pick.
We rather give up
we didn't want to.
Brandon jumping.
That's Chris Greer don't want to be wrong on any of his picks. Not giving up on a pick.
See, that's what you gave up for. That's what you give up for Raekwon Smith.
Yeah, Raekwon will be on this team right now.
And that man is wrecking shop at Baltimore.
Yeah, he's a difference maker now. Yeah, he's got one. Yeah, he got some. Yeah.
Little Chubba.
He got it in the against Brissett.
And he forced a sack as well. Also, like he made Purdy spin around right into the arms of I forget who it was.
Ingram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chubby get busy.
Yeah, he's creating pressure. Like he's doing what he has to do. I want to see more sacks, but like
I don't know how many quarterbacks we play. That's a statue. Maybe one more on the schedule. That's it.
We have Herbert. Herbert is statuesque.
He likes to hang
on. He's got a little.
He doesn't like to use his legs. He has legs. He doesn't like to use them.
He trusts his arm.
Right, exactly. He's got legs. He just don't like using them. Yeah.
When you got a cam like that,
he'd rather hang out at the last second in the pocket and throw it. Yeah.
He's got a big arm, bro.
When you have a 50 caliber attached to your right shoulder, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
it's why he throws.
That's why he waits to the last second and then bam,
because he trusts his arm too much. That's why he throw interceptions.
Which is wild.
Yeah, he trusts his
has the
arm way
legs
too
to
much.
make the plays.
He's basically
weird.
the new version of Brett Favre. Because Brett Favre trusted his arm so much, he threw a lot of interceptions too.
Yeah, bro. He's
basically reincarnation of Brett Favre.
This is a point that like you guys are like. I'm 24, so I have no disrespect when I say you guys are older than I am for probably. Gunslinger did not used to be like always a positive term, right? Like in the Favre era, like with Jay Cutler, like gunslinger used to also mean like turnover prone quarterback, right? Because that's what Justin Herbert is. Like he's a gunslinger, but my generation thinks that gunslinger is beautiful, that it's what you want in a QB.
That's what Pete.
So here's the thing: gunslinger, it was admired if you were winning.
Got you.
Yes, if you win, yeah, they were winning. Brett Favre and Elway, but they were winning.
Yeah,
they weren't costing their team, so they were like, "Oh my gosh, he's such a gunslinger! Look at that! Look how he just launches it." Because Elway had a howitzer also. He would put it on a rope.
Yeah,
and you could look at the ball, but it's getting there. I heard he was breaking fingers in practice.
Oh, because
the Broncos receivers had to practice with jug machines. They couldn't practice with their own quarterback.
Yeah,
he threw it so hard
on a rope, and it's getting there.
He would throw a 5-yard pass at 80 miles an hour.
Like Marino had a quicker release, but Elway had a stronger arm.
Oh, dang! Really?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a stronger arm than Marino.
It was
like
as far as velocity.
Listen,
I knew they were comparable, but.
Okay. No, velocity wise, when he puts it on a rope, it is getting there.
Listen,
the difference between watching it like highlights.
He can throw the ball. He can throw the ball at least 70 yards, and the ball will only be 30 yards above ground. Like that's the strength Elway had.
Yeah,
70
yards. A 70-yard rope.
Exactly. That's a good example, Sharif. There's no air underneath the ball. It'll be about 30 feet off the ground. Yeah.
So that's the difference between Elway and Marino. Listen, Elway had a howitzer on his. Like he let it go. All right, pray to God that your fingers don't break.
You know what?
Yeah. They had
tours, right?
They wore a lot of gloves though. The Broncos receivers back then.
To tour real quick, right? That pass that he made to Sheffield, I think it was against Buffalo. He needs to learn how to do that more because it's passes like that where you're going to need to get to the 25-yard pass, where you're going to need to rope it in, just like Purdy did to the tight end of the seam when Phillips was right in his face on the zero blitz. That is the kind of he roped that thing to Kittle. First down, that kept a drive going.
But you seen Tua do it before because last year he did it to Waddle. He had one of those big boy throws where it was right there between the two.
But it seems to me like he's looking for the curl for the window. Don't look for the curl. Send someone up the seam, bro. You're looking for all these curls and these opening windows on a curl, bro, or post.
The only seam person we have really that could be good up the seam is Gesicki, and Tua don't like throwing to Gesicki.
So then we have to blame McDaniel.
Went from one catch to no catch.
Anybody know how tall the San Francisco 49ers DBs are? Are they pretty tall?
Talanoa Hufanga is kind of tall-ish, I think.
Okay. Because I was wondering, they get their hands on the ball.
Brady lived on the tight end of the seat. And another thing with Boyer, right? Another thing I want to talk about Boyer, right?
But
Boyer has this thing.
Gronk was a great route runner.
Yes, he was.
Not anymore.
Gronk ran good. I know, but I said he was when he was with Brady and the Patriots.
He ran great routes. A couple of good routes.
He runs the Gesicki routes now.
A couple of things I want to talk about Boyer, though. If I may. One of the things.
Before we get into Boyer, because Vaughn mentioned this earlier, and I want to know if you guys, because we're talking about arm strength, bullet passing, windows changing. Before we start talking about the defense, Vaughn, you were talking about there's been bullet passes and throwing it over, like lobbing. Do you guys think this is going to be adjustable? Like, Tua played a bad game. Do you think against the Chargers, against the Bills, we're able to fix those mistakes, or is this like I think we can fix it? But do you guys think this is a sign of bad?
That's all I was wondering if they linebackers get deeper or if they got long, lengthy cornerbacks, they might be able to have a problem.
Here's the thing with that, Nando. You might not have to worry about that again because for you to be able to even affect Tua that way, you got to have the personnel as well.
Right. That's why I was asking about the personnel.
So the thing is, the 49ers linebackers were athletic enough where they could sit deep and if we throw it underneath, they're able to close and just all right. That's all you're getting.
Close the gap real quick, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus other teams where, okay, you could give us that. You give us underneath. Your linebackers are not going to be able to close enough for our guys to get going.
Right.
But the 49ers, they just disciplined. They just have a real good defense, and they're disciplined where they'll give you underneath, and all right, that's all you're getting, by the way.
Didn't they just hire that guy? Isn't this his first year, Von Joe? Their defensive coordinator?
Yeah, but at the same time, but they already had those athletes.
Only two other linebackers. Only two other linebackers.
Yeah, he was promoted from within, though.
Yeah. He was their defensive coordinator last year.
Only two other linebackers.
I thought he was fairly new. I thought it was like his first full year.
Just like buddy from the Jets went.
Oh, the Bills
left. Got you.
Yeah,
the Bills got linebackers like that.
That's what I was gonna say, Von Joe. There's only two other linebackers that can play us like that, and that's Tremaine Edmonds and Milano.
Yeah, Matt Milano.
Right, they can play exactly like what San Fran.
You know that's Phil Edmonds' son, the great Miami Dolphin. You know that's his son, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's Phil Edmonds' son. Yep. Yeah.
Yo, I was in the building and I looked at Steven and I was just like, yo, Buffalo linebackers are so good. They are good. That secondary was atrocious, but those linebackers were flying all over the place.
No, yeah, Matt Milano cookies, baby. That guy's nice, bro.
Good, bro. Yeah. Those two linebackers, they fly sideline to sideline.
They're just a little injury prone, but when they're on the field, they're disgusting. Like, jeez, bro.
Now, mind you, Jerome Baker and Riley are as fast as these guys, but their pursuit angles, bringing people to the ground, is way less than these guys. Yeah, they're just as fast.
Dude, I should say they don't bring. I don't know. I think they just.
No, you got to be fast to be like, no, boy. Those San Fran linebackers,
because the thing is, Riley, he's athletic and he's fast, but for some reason he glitches.
Listen, those linebackers can play corners. Yes, Sunday. Those linebackers for San Fran can play corner. They can just
play for a short period if they zone blitzing.
Too much action for Duke Riley. It causes the glitches, bro. If Duke Riley played a third less of his snaps, like I'm bad at math, bro, but a little bit less, more of a rotational guy, those little glitches, those little errors wouldn't be there. Like he'd be in the perfect situations for Duke Riley to thrive.
Crickets, man.
In other words, you're saying less time will mean less buffering.
Yeah, less time, less buffering, right?
But I don't think that San Diego has the linebackers. I don't think they have the linebacking core to keep up.
No. Now what I'm trying to figure out,
they do have a strong safety that lays the wood though. Derwin James get busy.
If Bosa plays,
Drew Tranquil at linebacker.
No. Bosa's not playing. He's still in IR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bosa's still on IR. He doesn't come back till after our game.
Ooh. They do have Drew Tranquil, though, at linebacker. He's okay. He's having like a career year, but he's...
The only person I'm worried about on that defense is one of their corners and that strong safety, because that strong safety, Derwin James, get busy. He lays the wood.
J.C. Jackson?
No, J.C. Jackson's out.
No, Sam, who's that?
Asante Samuel Jr.?
Yeah, Asante Samuel Jr.
He likes to play the ball, bro. Like, he messes up a little bit sometimes.
He probably would be on Tyreek.
Nice.
Yeah, he jumps routes.
Listen,
he's risky.
Oh, I hope he's on Tyreek, man. I want a guy who jumps routes.
I don't think no one can hold Tyreek, by the way. Before we go into defense, but can anyone hold Tyreek? No. Let's move on.
Me.
Defense.
Hold on, Waddle. We have an update on Waddle.
He's injured all season. I think he's still hurt from the freaking national championship game, bro. I think he's still hurt. And I didn't want to say it, but Waddle has been hurt before the draft. Waddle is still hurt, bro.
Staff of all time.
Waddle is still 5th in receiving yards, bro. Stop it.
But he's still hurt from the
even with a 9-yard day. That tells you how much cushion he had.
I'll take that injured Waddle. He's gonna waddle all the way through the season.
He can have 0 yards for the next 5 games and still end up top 10.
What is brilliant about what the brother just said is Waddle at 70% is better than the NFL. Wow.
Hey, he's 5th.
Better than it. Well, yeah.
Waddle at 70% is better than everybody.
That's what you said.
That will make him the best receiver in football.
if he's injured,
bro, he's been hurt from the knot, bro, from the knot.
I don't think so.
Well, he's been waddling around. That's
it's
what.
that same
I
ankle,
think that's
bro,
just.
from
I
the
think that's just
knot.
how he walks. I think that's just how he walks. He walks with a limp.
That is how he walks.
No, it's just the same ankle from the knot. I'm telling you, it's the same ankle.
He's been like that since he's in Alabama.
AFC East is where all the receivers are, and the AFC, to be honest with you, he's kind of right. The receivers dropped down after this.
He's never been right. Last preseason and off-season camp, he was not right. This preseason, off-season camp, he was not right. He's been not right coming into the draft.
Listen,
he's never right.
At that point, he's damaged goods. Because at what point do you get right if you can't get right during the offseason?
Because he needs 2 seasons to really heal off that ankle. He got a grade 3 ankle.
So he needs 2 seasons of doing nothing.
Listen to me.
I think he
needs to not. Vonjo. If he's hurt and he just broke the rookie catch record and he's on pace to be a Pro Bowler and he's still hurt,
he's better than the NFL at 70%.
Baby Jerry Rice.
He's better than the NFL at 70%, bro. If he ever gets fully freaking healthy before that injury in Alabama, oh my God.
Super Saiyan receiver.
Super Saiyan receiver.
If he ever gets fully healthy before that injury in Alabama, it's over. It's over, bro. Because Tyreek is gonna retire a Dolphin. So to me, we're gonna be there. They're gonna be there for a long time. And if he's better than
he'll probably be a career Dolphin. I could see that happening.
People are gonna be mad for a long time. And guess what? Waddle isn't healthy yet.
Well, he might not never be 100% though, Sharif.
That's what I'm saying, because he got a grade 3 in Alabama. They had to put the thing in his foot like what they did to Tua.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be full strength.
And so, you know, and
well, he'll still have top speed. He'll slow down a little bit when he get in his 30s. But
remember his first catch when he went down before they hit him, he walked up and came right out of the game. Ankle. Look at him on the injury list today. Ankle. That same freaking ankle, bro.
The Niners?
Yeah, his only catch, he got up and walked right off the field. Ankle.
Yeah. He was hurt before that. He was hurt before that.
Yeah. What Tyreek is always cramping up, so he just needs some ice packs.
I think he works out too much, man. He needs to just chill until the offseason. I think it's his
workout program in the offseason, just making him tighten up in the regular season.
At the end
when you think about it, running around a lot, that's technically a workout, those 3 hours.
I'm 5'10", and when I was 17 years old, I literally worked on my legs and my thorax until I could actually dunk a basketball. But when I played in games in the fourth quarter, I was cramped. Why? Because I work out. I have a daily, I lift steel, I lift iron. It catches up with you, man.
Baby. Oh, man, so you and Von Joes were pumping iron in the morning. There you go.
That would be an awesome show on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, baby. Sharif and Von Joe pumping iron.
That would be the last thing I want to
see. Hey, ladies, super chat right now.
You're right about that. That would be the last
thing. Send a super chat right now if you want to see Von Joe perform and Sharif to perform, because these are guys who put the work
18, bro. We'll bring some weights to the Jets tailgate, man. We'll have Sharif and Von Joe pumping iron.
Ladies,
live on the
let's see them super chats come up. Bro. Support the show. I'm sure. You know, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna let Von Joe get all the praise. I ain't gonna do nothing.
We'll bring a bench press. We'll tell Von Joe to max it out, and then Sharif will be like, "I forfeit. It's okay, man." Then have Von Joe work up a sweat. Be like, "It's your turn. I'm good, bro."
And then check the DMs.
Oh, okay, Sharif.
I know you gonna them DMs gonna be full, Von Joe. So I don't know if you want your lady watching this live stream.
He's just coming back now. He doesn't know what you signed him up for.
Listen, I heard the whole thing. I got nothing for him.
I agree with you, Vonjo. I ain't got no control if the ladies love me.
Everybody goes to the Facebook or the Twitter. Listen, I ain't got nothing for you. The bubblegum and well wishes, because I ain't got nothing for you. I got one queen.
Yeah.
There's only one queen of the city.
Of course, bro.
Oh man, you ain't gonna be like Derek Jenks. You're gonna avoid Derek Jenks' theory.
Shaq Finn said he's not watching another show after that.
The Vonjo Sharif iron pump off. You love to see it.
Listen, I can tell you one thing: there ain't gonna be no pump off for Tua and McDaniel soon. Right now, then McDaniel got some explaining to do, man.
Dude, I hope he lifts weights with them, man. My lacrosse coach in high school used to come and lift with us, man. He'd scream old man strength, start curling 45s.
Bro, old man strength is a real thing, by the way.
Well, I'm saying,
I kid
bro.
you not.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, run that one by me. Old man strength. What is the difference? Okay, what makes it much better or worse?
I don't know. I think it's like dad strength. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't. My coach was like in his 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Is it adrenaline?
I don't know, bro. He man could curl 45s in his 50s. It was crazy.
Yeah.
At least for a little high schooler, bro, that was mind blowing to me, bro. Ooh.
Curling how much?
45s.
Curling 45s.
I was like, okay, coach, I see you. I see you during conditioning.
Dudes, I've seen some military dudes in their 60s.
The best way to do it is with kettlebells.
Bro,
kettlebells are better.
He was a little goalie, bro.
Right, Vonjo? You use kettlebells, Vonjo?
Kettlebells for Von Joseph.
Like even like Tiger Woods. Like Tiger Woods did some extreme workouts to try to pass the Navy SEAL course, but of course he got that big injury. But the thing is, Tiger Woods would whoop your behind, bro.
Tiger Woods did a Navy SEAL course.
He did I hear about this one. Where do you get that one from, Tariq? A Navy SEALs workout? That's brutal.
That's how he tore up his knee the first time.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, Navy SEAL workout is
I think guys like that, this is where we get the elite thing, like Jordan. I want to play baseball, Tiger. Let me just pass you your Navy SEALs thing.
You're on mute.
And then you're gonna think I'm not such of a golfer anymore. No, I'm actually a badass.
My buddy, he did the Navy, bro. He tried to be a Navy SEAL. He didn't pass.
Like,
so now he's.
I think he's a badass just for trying. By the way.
Yeah, dude. My buddy used to come back from his Navy SEAL training, like to prepare for the course. Freaking bloody knuckles everywhere. He's just dead every single day. Didn't pass. You tell me Tiger Woods put himself through that? Why?
Yeah.
As
a bad knee injury.
What would be? Why do a golfer need to be doing workouts like that?
Because he's conquered everything else.
I guess. If I'm a running back, I'd be an ATV if I was a running back and I just went through that, bro. You imagine putting Derrick Henry through a Navy SEAL course, bro? He'd be an unstoppable machine. But Tiger Woods?
It's more mental, bro. Don't think it's easy. At least you know that, Nando. But it's more mental, bro. It's like it's holding things for hours while
bro.
Taking commands, bro. Like you got to be underwater and shit. They put you in shit where you got to freaking it's not easy, man.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's one of
the Survivor Series isn't even close.
My buddy's on the PGA Tour. I'm gonna tell him to do the Navy SEAL training. Maybe he can actually get good. Let's ride. That's a good tip, bro. Fuck.
He'd probably be hitting golf balls like daily at that point.
Shout out Ty Strafossi, bro.
It's like 1,000 yards.
Better,
I think that's what Tyreek and Tehran has to do, though. They got to take Tua somewhere.
Navy SEAL training?
No, they got to take him somewhere away from his wife.
Now, Tua wouldn't survive a Navy SEAL training.
They got to kind of take him away.
Don't, bro. Most people do not.
And when he comes back, they're going to see Tua with a mohawk. It's going to be savage Tua.
Could you imagine if we hear about year 4 Tua and he's gone through Navy SEAL training and he's just...
Oh, my God. Yeah.
He'll be quads, bro. You see big boy Tua just come out and he's like...
Before I say this, let me just
prepared for anything, bro.
But Nando,
the weather.
Let me just Nando, watch this though. I'm a Christian, right? I'm a Christian. I'm a Christ follower. What if Tua gives up on Christianity, becomes a badass, and kills the NFL. Just destroys the NFL for the next 8 years. Like he's too quirky, nerdy, and nice, right? I mean, like
he
just
compartmentalizes.
Like you haven't helped me. He just says, "God, you haven't helped me from being sacked. F you," and I'm and just kill the NFL.
For 8 years, I'll only focus on one thing. I'll compartmentalize, and I'll put that side of me away. Vaughn, we can't hear you, bro. I'm gonna re-put the link if you want to jump in and out, but.
Well, Lou said he trained with who trained with the SEALs?
Tiger Woods.
Somebody said, are you talking about Tiger trained with SEALs?
Tiger Woods.
He dropped out.
He got hurt, bro.
He rung that bell.
I would have rung the bell so quick. You know.
He went up there and rung that bell and said, okay, I'm done.
Oh, this would be a decent question. Which NFL player could do the American Ninja? The best.
The best American Ninja?
Tyreek Hill, the American Ninja Warrior.
I would say Tyreek could probably do
Jonathan Taylor? I think Jonathan Taylor. I think Hunter Renfrow.
Taylor?
Tyreek Hill's just so fast, just jumps so high, you know what I'm saying? And like being short helps you because you like if you weigh too much, you're screwed. You can't do the last
Donald.
Right. I would think you have to be able to jump. Pirates.
I would think freaking Lamar Jackson too. Lamar Jackson, probably Justin Fields. Like guys like
Wilkins.
Christian Wilkins may be a nominee, man.
Yeah,
Christian Wilkins. I think
that's an athletic dude.
He would do it until he got to like the last.
He could do a backflip. So yeah.
Because like, do backflip splits.
The championship is like a rope climb. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Christian Wilkins doing that.
Doing a rope climb. Yeah, that probably would do him in.
Like like
the rope climb might do him in.
Everything else though, like swinging, I could see him like putting up a fight at least, you know. But
Justin Jefferson definitely will get far.
Oh yeah, Justin Jefferson probably will finish it. Yeah,
even Josh Allen, like Josh Allen will never. I
would say Chase, Jamar Chase will probably finish.
Oh yeah,
Waddle
will finish it. Yeah,
if he stays healthy.
Anything that's heavy on his lower extremities might do him in.
Could 70% Jalen Waddle be the American Ninja Warrior champion?
Wow,
70%.
I lost to Aldo by 0.25 points. Oh my god.
Oh, don't feel bad. I've lost on week 1 to by like 0.13 when what's his name fumbled on the goal line. Bronco running back, what's his name? And I cut him out the 5th week. It sucks when you lose by less than a point.
Like that's happened to me like 3 times this season. Like that, like
dang. One of the things that disappointed me was Boyer trying to use his Belichick like. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was like, it was almost like McDaniel said, look, I'm going to let you go loose. I'm going to let you do what you want to see if you could get to Purdy. And he tried to be Belichick to try to just continuously blitz, continuously 0-0-0, when all he had to do was do what he did on first down, zone on first down and man on third down. And I think Boyer was trying to just say, let me get in this rookie's head because I work with Belichick so much, and Belichick uses these techniques, and it ended up burning us in the first half. I think that ended up taking the momentum away from us. I think if Boyer had used less zero blitz and more base, we would have been fine. But of course, he thought he could have gotten to Brock Purdy, and so to me, him trying to be
chess match.
Him trying to be exotic like Belichick when you were doing what you were doing and you were already fine. Like you were doing what you know, like because that's the most zero blitz we ever did in a half. That's like 7 0 blitzes we did. I don't think we did that much in 5 games. You dialed up 7-0 blitz before the half, and you failed immensely on 4 of them. Thank God.
I think the rest of the league is catching up to it, though.
Thank God
They're
they had
figuring out how to protect against it.
The safety on the quick route to the receiver there on the flank, or else that was going to go to the house, because Jalen, 7 guys were coming at Purdy on that play. If it wasn't for the safety,
drag routes and people that could run after the catch is a good way to beat it.
To me, Boyer should have just said, look, base coverage, nickel, and then occasional show of zero. Base coverage, nickel, and then occasion. If he had went that route, we would have had 3 and outs. And I think him trying to be Belichick and just be exotic cost him, because he didn't do it ever again in the 3rd quarter, and he didn't do it ever again in the 4th quarter. He didn't do it ever again. Because
I
he
think
realized
next week will be the week not to do it, because just Herbert's strong arm, he could just simply just keep backpedaling and buy himself time and use the strength of his arm to get it off on one-on-one situation. And somebody can easily take it to the house.
And Crypto, why am I saying he's dumb? Because when Lamar torched you in the 1st quarter, you stopped doing it. You continually let Purdy burn you 4 times, and then you stop using it when we're freaking behind.
Hi, Mark, by the way.
Hey, Nando. Hey, guys. How you doing?
But continue, Sharif. I just want to say hi to Mark also.
No, let someone else get in, because that's the Boyer talk that I want to do. He disses.
Vonjo's in and out, I think. I'm going to try to give him some time.
He's trying to reconnect.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy him some time, because I am going to do final thoughts. But Sharif, I
just want to say hi, so I'll wrap up. Talk to you later, guys.
Oh, Mark, if you... Oh,
all right.
Okay, then. There we go. I was literally going to let Mark do his final thought, but oh well.
I guess he just wanted to say hi in person.
Hi, Mark.
But no, Sharif, I'm saying you cannot do that against a strong arm quarterback, because all they'll do is just keep backpedaling and then just sling it, and then the guy is 1-on-1, and if he beats his man, that's a touchdown.
Right, and Brock Purdy, he backpedaled several times, and he nearly burned us then too. It's a good thing they brought him down.
I was afraid people was going to start looking at that, because I think it wasn't even the Dolphins involved. I think the one year it was the Ravens playing the Raiders, right? And Derek Carr did it like 3 different times, and they zero blitzed him, and all he did was just backpedal, and he threw it, and the guy was just sitting wide open, basically they're catching the ball in the end zone.
Screen.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. Maybe Carr has let out the blueprint of how to beat this zero blitz.
Well, the blueprint was in the 4th quarter. And this is what I'm going to look at in the all 22. Shanahan, what he did was he put 3 people in the backfield. So he put a pistol, and then he let McCaffrey strafe to the right. So that means you have an immediate check down, an immediate hot if they were to do it again. And Boyer didn't do it again, which was dumb, because you already got burnt in the second quarter, going down to the 2-minute warning. So they made you pay, and now we're behind, and now you want to just play zone and base. No, it doesn't work like that. You were out coached.
So that was a 4th down play. Purdy threw that interception on, right? Like 4th and 4.
No,
something like that.
That was the play.
Remember, they was on our side of the field. They went for it.
No, I'm talking about after that. They then stopped us and went and scored. On that play, they continued to zero Purdy, as though McDaniel gave him the go to do what he wanted to do. Because I think if McDaniel wanted to do what he wanted to do, he would have said, continue to play your base stuff.
Yeah, because Purdy threw it, and that's when X got his interception, that first interception.
But after that, we then got stopped, and they then came and scored before the half. I'm talking about that time. I'm talking right. That drive on us.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter that X could have tapped the ball down, because they then still stopped us and then came down, and then Boyer, for some reason, believed he was Belichick.
Yeah, he went into Belichick mode at that point.
And what happened to us in 2019, Crypto, when we zero blitzed Pittsburgh before the half?
Right, they scored. I think Ben threw up one on the right end zone, right down the seam. Right? It was like one of those seam routes, right side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember that.
Patrick Graham took the fall for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Graham was, because I remember when everybody was like, there's no way that Tomlin is going to call a play to go down the field like that. But he did. Ben Roethlisberger just took and heaved it, and it was it.
Backpedal, and he threw it to the seam.
Backpedal and threw it to the seam. I was like, oh man. I think that was like we was up like 14 points at that time or something like that. Yeah.
So those are momentum killers. It doesn't matter what Tua did or how bad the offensive line performed. To me, it's momentum. And yes, you're trying to put pressure in this man's face. Obviously, if our corners are already playing on good coverage, then nothing's wrong with your base stuff. If you need to make the extra effort to get someone there, you could still send 5 on third down. You don't have to send 7. So you're trying to be Belichick, cost the Miami Dolphins in the second quarter before 2-minute warning. It cost us.
Yeah.
So before it has anything to do with Tua's off day, Boyer needs to look in the mirror, and also Greer needs to look in the mirror with Austin Johnson. Because now you had to get Fisher. You know, when fans were telling you to get Fisher and get Treader a long time ago, you didn't get Treader. Now fans are right.
Well, no, Sharif, they'll get Treader when he's on his 3rd or 4th injury in his career and he's barely recovering. That's when they'll get him.
No, but fans were harping at this.
That's tend to what Greer do when they on the back end of their career and they badly bruised and injured and damaged good. That's when he'll get Treader.
Nando and Crypto, I think fans knew we were rats off a ship with Austin Jackson. They somehow had some conviction, which led to this.
The ship.
You know, so to me, it falls on Greer, it falls on Boyer, right? And yes, Tua had an off day, but to me, that game was momentum killed because you not only gave Purdy confidence, but Purdy. Remember now, you're dealing with Shanahan. So Shanahan has just got to scheme up a couple of plays to defeat this blitz. And then now this guy has confidence against you. So to me, I looked at everything, and I haven't watched the all 22 yet, but I'm sure I'm going to see. I'm sure I'm going to see some things what Brandon Shell could have done better because once again, Bosa blew past him a couple times. And he came inside on a few, but we had 4 sacks, interception, so the defense to me, I think for such a great effort, even against Debo, this is the first time I've never seen a wide receiver fall and just take hits until he gets out of bounds. Debo Samuel is strong. And for the defense to play an effort like what they give, and for Boyer to call the plays that he did to take us out of the lead, he called us out of the lead. Yeah, he called us out of the lead. We were in the lead, and then the plays he called took us out of the lead.
Yeah. Well, guys,
he did.
Mr. Sharif, I'm going to let you do also a last point, but both of you guys, I don't know who wants to start first. I do have to kind of start going.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm good. You guys, I appreciate it.
You want to give a last
coming on this morning? Yeah, that's fine. It's good to move on. Now that we've gotten this loss, we need to course correct. I've been saying all along, don't let the snowball become an avalanche. Because we're gonna get. If it becomes an avalanche, we'll be buried here in December, looking and figure out how come we didn't have enough shovels to get us out so we can make the playoffs.
Not enough shovels. Yeah, no, can't make it become an avalanche. I agree, man. This
is
This is the time to nip that in the bud right now, please. Let's bounce back, bro.
Well, my final take is, guys,
Crypto man.
Yep.
If it's
always a pleasure.
If it's so that Garoppolo, did in fact get into Tua's head for having the video of his interview this week, and understandably, we know that it's a business, but this would have then been the 3rd head coach and the 4th quarterback who wanted someone else. So we have to, and anyone, if they want to do homework, just go look at the interview with Garoppolo before the game. And the thing is, you have to be strong in this business. People are, they can be traded. Anyone can be traded. It just, GMs do the due diligence, but I just don't want a quarterback who is not going to trust McDaniel now because everything is out there. It's not a bad thing for Garoppolo to say that the Dolphins wanted him and, and everything else, but how is it going to look when, you're supposed to be my QB1? Mm-hmm. And then if Tua counters and say, well, you potentially was going to be fine with Garoppolo in here, so how am I going to think of you now? Are you going to polish my game, or are you going to be ready to trade me if you don't do due diligence? And I'm going to say this to Tua. At the end of the day, it's about your legacy. You can turn things around. You know what I mean? You have the opportunity. If you don't score another touchdown and we get 10 wins, we just need someone to lead us into the playoffs at this point. The leading into the playoffs is more important than your stats. Make the right plays. And that's my take, man. Fins up, everyone. I love every one of y'all. Nando, love you guys. Nicky Smokes, love you. Steven, y'all guys, take care.
Mr. Sharif, thank you, bro.
All right.
Crypto as well, man. Appreciate you guys for hopping on, talking. Everybody for hopping on, talking on the panel, in the chat. It's always a fun time, man. Fins up, wins over stats anytime, man.
Right.
That's all that matters, bro.
Yep. All right, man. Appreciate you all.
Thank you, bro. I'm just gonna answer like one or two last
questions
in the chat that I saw, but you guys are awesome. Like, comment, share, subscribe, help Mr. Steven get to 10,000, bro. We're so close. I think he said it were like less than 12. But thanks for everyone for tuning in, man. Color, Harriet, SH. I saw you guys, agreed. We need Tua to elevate because it's clear this defense is not gonna, unless maybe Chuba or Jalen Phillips start trying to become a sack king hero. Yeah, offense got to elevate. Well, hopefully we bounce back versus the Chargers, man. And hopefully we just restart, win against the Chargers, maybe even a win against the Bills. And the Dolphins are doing nice and pretty, man. Color, thank you, bro. You always do a fine job yourself over there on the Fins tailgate as well, man. So thanks for that, bro. But we're all good over here and we're doing good. But thank you all for tuning in. It's always a pleasure, and hope Mr. Steven enjoys his cruise. I'll be seeing you guys again next Monday and Tuesday, and we'll be vibing, man. And with that being said, time to go to the Brandy brand. Thanks for all tuning in. Sorry about the Facebook thing again. I'm gonna try to text Steven. I don't know what he can really do about it. I'll tell the rest of the team, but basically they have to, throughout the stream, keep removing and reconnecting it. And it's kind of annoying, but hopefully it works and we'll be able to do that well. But until then, see you all next time, and thanks for tuning in to Clock Blockers on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Thanks, Mr. Steven. Enjoy your cruise. And where the heck is this outro video? There we go. Take it easy, guys. Thank you. Oh, honestly, thank you for bearing with me. I know it's not the show you are probably expecting and used to, with the reduced panel and maybe not always the extended time. I am no Stephen D, but I'm no Nicky Smokes, but I am Nando Talk. So thank you guys for bearing with me. If you want to check me out at Nando Talk, definitely appreciated. If not, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to Miami Sports Music. Help us get to 10K. Give Steven a nice little surprise. But be easy, guys.